Happy Friday. It's good to see you guys. I hope you're doing well. CJ, welcome aboard. Owen Bradley, good to see you. So there's a lot that's happened in the last week. The last time I saw you guys, I was just about to take my PPL practical exam, and then I took it, and then I passed it. So I took the exam on Saturday. The Saturday weather was not looking the best, if I won't lie. It was looking pretty poor going into Saturday. And then Saturday rolled around. Saturday morning rolled around. I looked at the weather. The weather was reporting VFR. I'm like, all right, dude, we're doing this. So my wife and I went up to the airport. She, because we were gonna potentially do some flying later that day, so she dropped me off at the airport. I pre-flighted the plane. As I was pre-flighting the plane, this freaking like 2,000-foot broken layer starts popping in, and I'm like, uh-oh, that's real bad. I got to get out of here. So I got out of here. I could see the clear layer just like 2 miles away on the other side of the airport. So blasted out. We took off. I got out and above the crap, or outside of the crap, I should say, and then flew my way up to Maine. Got up there. It was crystal clear skies. The examiner tells me I'm the only guy out of 4 that was able to get in for the exam. There was a guy that was supposed to go this afternoon, or that afternoon, I should say, who was basically fogged in down in Providence, Rhode Island. So he wasn't going to make it out of there either. And so took the exam, got through the exam. It was a good time. We'll probably talk about the specifics and all that stuff here in a few minutes once we're a little further along today. And then flew back to Lawrence. And my wife came and met me at the airport, and then we flew down to White Plains. So my first real flight as a PPL was Lawrence down to White Plains, New York. And Max was nice enough to get us a parking spot and all that, and parked my little. I got to show you guys this picture. I got to show you the picture anyway. So yeah, we had a nice night in New York City, and then we got back to the airport very early in the morning because I had other stuff I had to do. We were greeted by this picture. And let me pull this thing up because it's kind of hilarious. I don't have the picture. My wife has the picture. I thought I had the picture. Crap. Hey, wait. Oh, no. Actually, I do have the picture. Where's my phone at? Let's sync the phone. Anyway, they put our little 1966 Cherokee plane between a couple of private jets. And it was kind of funny looking. Like, it was like very much diamond in the rough sort of situation. So we rolled up there. We got the plane all pre-flighted. We flew out of it. Took the scenic route back home, I should say, and then I flew down to Orlando. I was down in Orlando for like the last 4 or 5 days, and doing a conference down there. I was an exhibitor, just talking to people all weekend about our product, our company, this and that. And I am just drained today. A good friend of mine got in this afternoon. She's hanging out with us for a few days, and We've had a number of cocktails so far today too, so it's a good day. It's a good day. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing very well. Sky Lounge, good to see you, man. I'm feeling wow. I'm feeling happy for a number of reasons. Obviously the whole PPL thing, getting that behind me has been fantastic. Lynn the Bad Boy at Centennial. Oh man, we'll do Centennial next week or in a couple weeks maybe. But yeah, it's been good to get that behind me and whatnot. But I've also had a couple of cocktails, so it's gonna be a good night. Let's see if these pictures have showed up. Yeah. So when I came out, so we went down to White Plains, like I said, and this was the picture I took. I wanted to make sure I got our little beat up Cherokee here next to the flight simulation's most famous of famous of Cirrus's 595 Mike Whiskey hanging out over here. I thought that was a pretty good shot. But then we got back the next day. And we saw this, and so they put our little Cherokee between. I think it's this is like a Falcon here, and then this Citation over here. I was like, dude, that's amazing. I thought it was pretty sweet seeing us parked in there like that. So they didn't let us pull the plane out. They yanked the plane out for us, but yeah, that was quite the sight to behold as I was getting up in the morning and coming out to grab the plane. So that was a really, really, really awesome way to sort of start this like post-PPL adventure. So yeah, it's been good. Taylor Swift's jet? Yeah, okay. Exterminator 24, thank you very much for 9 months of support, man. It's just congrats on the PPL. Thank you much, Exterminator. Thank you for your continued support. McShiggity Pilot here for 4 months. He says, welcome to the Private Pilots Club. Cheers. Cheers to you, Mr. McShiggity Pilot. I think you're up in New England, so we should probably try to meet up at some point now. Farmer Medic is here for the first time in a while. Thank you very much, Farmer Medic, for 6 months of support. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it, buddy. And Black VQ35HR, that's only a little bit of a mouthful. He's here for the first time, so welcome, sir, to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. And then I Am Marcus is here for 7 months. He says, love the work, keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Marcus. I appreciate it, man. Cheers. So, oh yeah, you're in Massachusetts. Oh, we'll have to meet up, Mr. McShiggity. Dude, I think I think we've had this conversation. Like, you and I are pretty close to one another. Big Red Noof, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. I'll Smoking Tea, welcome aboard. Steve PHL, good to see you. Who else did I miss here? Willful Scandal, happy Friday. Yeah, dude, I was down in Orlando. Now I'm not in Orlando. Now I'm back home. KC Flyer, happy Friday. Iowa Scotsman, good evening to you. Josh J. Gibbs, welcome aboard. If that was Taylor's jet, I would have waited to shown off my Cherokee and winked. That's right. Oh, you're in Norwood. Yeah, okay. Yeah, McSheedy Pal, we'll have to chat. We'll chat soon. Seamus Bozeman, good to see you. Anyway, we're here. So I'm between business trips, for better or worse. I got in super late last night from Orlando. It was an awesome conference. I went down to Microsoft Ignite. It was a really, 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 really neat developer conference. Met some people, talked to some people, talked to some more people, and talked to some more people. Like it was crazy, crazy, crazy week. I'm tired of talking to people. So like tonight I might be a little loopy. I'm gonna blame the alcohol for it, but it's also because like it's been crazy. So we did that. I got back super late last night, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I got back home. And after I got over that, then I got up this morning, did a little bit of work, kind of half-heartedly work from home today. A friend of mine came in, like I said, she's staying with us for a few nights here before she gets settled in her new apartment. And then Sunday morning, my wife and I turn around and we're heading over to San Francisco. So 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, we're going to get up, we're going to hop into an Uber, and we're going to make our way to San Francisco. It's going to be a long weekend. That's for sure. But we're heading out to San Francisco. We'll be out there for a week. That means there will be no stream next Friday. I apologize for that in advance. But yeah, so then we're going to have a good time. I have another conference I'm going to, Oracle World. And then we're going to spend a couple days up in Sonoma. And we're going to spend a couple days down in Oakland with some family. So it should be a good time. But today, we're going to fly the Boeing. Today, we're going to fly the Rotate MD-80 by McDonnell Douglas. The McDonnell Douglas MD-80 is a twin-engine, rear-mounted. I don't even know. Chevy, tell us about the MD-80 while I speak nonsense here, because Chevy probably knows more than I do. Hell of an Uber ride, he says. Yeah, no kidding. Uber from Boston. No, we're not taking Uber from Boston to San Francisco. Are you kidding me? But Jay Wayne, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I still haven't responded to your pictures yet. I've been super busy. Text Deuce, I did get my license. Yes. Apache X2, happy Friday. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hexload, I'm feeling pretty good, dude. I'm tired, man. I'm real tired, but we're doing okay. Blue Sky, welcome aboard. Assad, good to see you, Adam. The Daedalus, welcome aboard. Anybody else I missed? We'll get you here in a second. 2 JT-8Ds based off the DC-9, now owned by Boeing, and made into the 717. Thank you, Chevy. See, when it comes to airplanes, you ask Chevy Rule 727, especially anything that was eventually bought by Boeing, because he's probably going to know. So anyway, we're here in the McDonnell Douglas MD-80 by Rotate Sim. And I wanted something easy to fly tonight. And the Rotate MD-80 does not normally qualify as being easy. However, I know this plane pretty well. So I can fly this plane even when I'm brain dead. The flight plan tonight is going to take us from Aspen to Colorado Springs, and then from Colorado Springs out to Grand Junction, Colorado. We'll do a little Colorado tour today. Colorado Springs and Grand Junction are two brand new fields that have been opened up on the PilotEdge network. They just opened them up today. So there were three. It was like Colorado Springs, Grand Junction, and somebody can tell me what the other one was because I forgot about it. But yeah, so there's 3 new fields open up on the network. We're gonna go give 2 of them a gander, and we'll see what happens. Now, if you guys have tuned into the MD-80 before on my stream or on other streams, you're gonna realize that this departure is probably gonna be a little interesting. What the hell am I hearing? Sounds like there's somebody running a drill outside my window. So this departure is probably going to be a little bit on the interesting side. This plane's not exactly known for its climb performance. It's not exactly known for, getting up and off the ground. So if you recall the last time we flew this thing, we dragged the ass on the ground for probably a good half a mile or so before we finally took off. So we'll see what happens. But this This is the Rotate MD. This is one of my absolute favorite airliners in all of X-Plane. So I'm always tickled to death when I get a chance to fly this thing. It does have butt flaps, yes, Assad. It does have butt flaps. Don't derate it, says Mr. Disco Crab. Yeah, dude, we're not derating anything here. Where is Benny? Good to see you, man. Mr. Disco Crab, happy Friday. Good to see you as well. Vision Bite, welcome aboard. Vision Bite's, of course, always the first person here. Lizard, welcome aboard as well. So, yeah, this is the, there's nothing to say about this plane that hasn't already been said. So, I have a problem. We hired cleaners to come and clean our house because we wanted to give it a good spruce up for the autumn time frame. And my notepad that I have normally on my desk has come up missing. Hang on a second. I need to go find it. I need a notepad and I need a pen, and I have no idea where it's at right now. So, intermission. I'll be right back. Gotta be kidding me. I honestly have no idea where they put it, so I gotta go dig up a pen. I'll be right back. Holy crap. Nothing like pen and paper guiding a multi-million-dollar airliner. I usually have a spiral-bound notebook and a pen on my desk, and I have no idea where they're at. Like I said, we hired cleaners, so I found a pen, and I have these lovely PilotEdge branded notepads that I stole from PilotEdge at Flight SimCon. I think I took like 6 of these things. So we're good. I'm a little out of breath now trying to find that stuff. I'll just use these for the night. That's fine. And see if I can find my pen and paper later. Anyway, this is the Rotate MD-80. There's nothing really, there's nothing I can really say about this plane that hasn't already been said by anybody else. So that being said, I think we should just fly it and get out of here. What do you say? So let me get some charts up here. We got the Aspen chart. We're gonna be flying the Lindsay 8 departure, so we'll pull that one up. And if I were a good host, I would have gotten these ahead of time. But I'm not. That's probably more like it. Squirrel, thanks for the host, man. Oh, I see Squirrel's here. Squirrel, thank you for the host, man. I appreciate it. Coast Pilot here for 5 months. Coast Pilot says 5 months. EGAT. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Captain P3D, we do need to talk about SpaceX once we're in the air, so do remind me, please. Best start of a stream ever. I know, dude. I know. Okay, so there's Aspen. Here comes Colorado Springs. It wouldn't be a catstrator stream if it didn't take us like an hour to get up in the air for one reason or another. DeBerry. It's not debris, it's DeBerry. DeBerry 3 arrival. We're going to fly to DeBerry 3 arrival. Wouldn't be a cat stream without something going a little bit wrong. Yeah, right. And it's the minor little details that always throw things off, right? You know? Drew, the Cessna pilot, says, is Xenviro worth reinstalling after the update? I don't know, man. We'll find out. I ran it last week. It looked pretty good. Like, it looked like Xenviro. But we'll see how it does today. We're flying into marginal conditions once we get into to Colorado Springs. So we'll see how it performs and be able to make that decision. So anyway, let's get this thing up and running. I'm tired of sitting here. So we'll move to the overhead panel, and we will start our left to right flows. First thing we'll do is pop the battery on. That guy right there. Start to bring this sucker to life. Bring the APU online next. Actually, we'll turn the buses on, then bring the APU online. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all on. Okay, buses are on. So to start the APU, we want to get the APU start pump, or the fuel start pump bleed APU. I don't know. That switch. Turn that on. We'll bring one of the fuel pumps on. With the fuel pressure and the fuel pumps going, we can then start the APU. 1, 2, 3. We'll start to see movement on the EGT gauge here, and we'll just kind of wait for that thing to pop up. Once that's online, we'll know that's online, I should say, because we will see external power pop, or APU power pop on here. I just sounded like Jeff Fabiano. Well, I mean, we're both kind of going for the same radio announcer voice, so there's a good chance that we're going to sound very similar. Brad M says, greetings from the car. Brad M, I hope you're not driving. If you're driving, then please put your phone down and stop talking, or stop typing. How is the VNAV in the MD-80? It's pretty good. Like, the VNAV in this plane is pretty okay. We're going to put that to use today, too. We didn't talk about it last week. We flew the 737-300 last week. We didn't fly the MD-80. All right. That's what we want to hear. That means the APU's online. We got APU power going. So we'll pull the APU bleed on. We can turn the start pump off. And arm the emergency exit lights. Turn on the no smoking. Turn off the seatbelt sign. Good. So that's good. Fuel tanks are good. Over to the right side here, we'll go IRS to nav. IRS to nav. And we'll turn on the logo light. We will then turn on the yaw damper. We will turn on the bleeds. Maybe. The bleed should be on because the APU bleed is on and the bleed is on. Okay. I think the bleeds are supposed to be on, so I think we're good there. Okay, so that gets APU power, that gets all that good stuff. It has a yoke. It does yoke things. Let's get it out of the way. Turn up the brightness on that. Turn up the brightness on that. And then turn up the brightness over there. Let's pop on down here. Apparently I have the wrong cycle running, because why would I have the right cycle? But I think we're okay. If we're not okay, then we'll panic. We'll figure it out. Position in it. We are at ASE, KASE. SE. Pop you in there. Grab that. Put that there. All right, so the IRS will start doing its align thing. Now, with the IRS aligning and the plane on, we're going to call up clearance delivery at Aspen 2375. Get our clearance. So 1, 2, 3. 0.75. Right there. Let's turn that up. Hopefully it doesn't VNAV me into the Rocky Mountains. Yes, I would agree. Does it have wing flex? I don't know. Does it? It has a little bit of wing flex. Titty Man, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we are American 717. We're going to call up Aspen, and we're going to ask for clearance. Aspen clearance, American 717, IFR to Colorado Springs. Let's see if I did this.
American 717 Aspen clearance on request standby.
Hey, it actually worked. First time every time, right? That's what I like to say. Song title is using PPL in the title. I'll kick it off with Shiny Happy PPL by R.E.M. Snatzo Mobile. I didn't even know that was a song, so you might win the contest just by virtue of that being the only song that has the letters PPL in the song title. So we're just waiting on clearance. Tiny Golf, good to see you. Oh. Something just blew up outside.
Blackham 922 has clearance on request, standby.
That was strange. Is it just me or did something just blow up outside? Yeah. No, it's not you. Don't worry about it. It's fine. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, like legitimately something just sounds like it went boom outside. I have no idea what it is. How's it feel to be a private pilot? Jason GB, good to see you, man. It feels pretty good. I'm very happy to have that all behind me. We'll talk about that a lot tonight, I'm sure. Bluesmaster 2000, good to see you, man. Guy in a plane, welcome aboard. Blind Fox 455, happy Friday. Avgas Kool-Aid says, time to change your Twitch bio. I'm Ty. I'm a 30-something private pilot from the Boston area. There we go. Yeah, I'll have to go do some updates on that stuff. Still working on my Tango Romeo Alpha India November.
17, put to the Colorado Springs there for Linz 8 departure. Linz Dennis filed. Climb via SID accept main. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 123 squawk 2334.
Say again the departure frequency for 717 you broke up. Dude, it's super quiet. Aspen, can you say again the departure frequency for American 717?
American 717, the frequency 123.8.
Okay, clear to Colorado Springs, Lindsay 8, Lindsay as filed. Climb via SID, departure 123.8, squawk 2334, American 717.
American 717, feedback correct.
Great. All right, let's pop in here, get the sucker in. All right, so that's good. We got what we filed. So we'll go to the route page. We're ASE. We're heading out to KCOS. KCOS. Boom. Activate. Departing and arriving. Departing from Aspen on runway 33 on the Lindsay 8 to Lindsay. So execute that. Good. And then we will go to the departing and arriving page. Arriving in Colorado Springs, plan for ILS 17 left on the DeBerry 3 arrival. Yeah. And then HBU. Yep. Execute that. Go to legs page. So from Lindsay, we're going to go direct to HBU. And then from we'll just close that discontinuity. I don't know that we'll actually end up getting that ILS, but we'll plan for that. Execute that. Good. Okay, so SimBrief is telling us if we go to people and fuel, we want 17,800 pounds. We'll say 18,000 pounds of fuel. A little bit less than we got right now, so pop that right there. Good, perfect. 17.8. And we want to have a, let's see, we can do total weight-ish. Zero fuel weight. I think can I do zero fuel weight? I don't think I can. A roughly total weight of 127.2. So we'll take a little bit off this. That's good right there. Hit done. Okay. So that gives us people and gas. Fantastic.
Reach on.
Couldn't agree more. Boeing Man 2425. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. Drew Simulator Wick, welcome aboard. Casual Gamer 907, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Time to get your instrument rating. Yeah, down the road. I'm going to enjoy what I have right now. Actually, let's go do menu, aircraft management. We're going to change this. We're going to change this over to American pound units, away from that silly Euro metric crap, because nobody cares about the metric system, right? Papa Whiskey Mike here for 9 months. He says if you have a few more cocktails, maybe we'll end with a new t-shirt idea. Papa Whiskey Mike, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. Rinsler Discs, welcome aboard. I live up on the North Shore. So hello from the North Shore. All right, so let's go in at ref. And pop you in there, pop you in there. The review, the reserves tonight. 5.7. 0.7, just pulling this all a sim brief. Cost index, we don't have one, so we'll just make one up at 65. Cruise altitude, we're going to a very optimistic 330. I highly doubt we're going to make it to 33,000 feet. But we'll punch that in anyway. There's no chance we're making it out to 33,000 feet. We're not even going to think about flexing it tonight. So we'll execute that. We'll worry about the speeds and all that stuff once we get the plane going and configured. So let's get this thing going. So we've got our FMC set up. I guess I'll set the transponder, and then we'll do the rest here once we got the engines running. Squawk is 2334. 2, 2, a 3, a 3, and a 4. Perfect. TARA. Good. All right. So we're at the gate. We're at the stand here. Honestly, I'm just going to turn the plane on right now. There's nothing behind us. Nothing to worry about. So we'll just get this up and get going. That's what she said. Overhead panel. Make sure we turn the air supply off. And we should have over 35 PSIs of pressure, which we do. We got about 40. That's good. Let's bring our fuel pumps on. 1, 2, 3. Just turn them all on. Good there. We're going to go system B today. We'll go ahead and start the right engine. Nope, that didn't work. We'll turn on the cross bleeds. And then we'll start the right engine. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, N2's coming up. It's a pretty cool transponder, yeah. Of all the things to get excited about. Wow, the transponder's awesome. That's actually really neat, though. Can I send you your key? No, it's not going to happen. Surprised I missed your 9 months resub. J10GB, I don't see your 9-month resub. When did you pop it? There's 20. There goes the gas. Retard. Tango Whiskey here for 2 months. Great way to kick off the weekend. Little MD-80 action. Looking forward to a great stream. Congrats to PPL, my man. Tango Whiskey, thank you very much for your continued support. Thank you for the good words. Cheers. Appreciate it. 2 weeks ago. Oh, well, J10GB, thanks for your support, man. I thought I got it. I should have gotten it. Retard. I do my best. All right, there's one engine. Let's make it 2. Turn the right starter off. And we're bringing the left starter on. Before the canceled stream. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Well, JCGB, thank you very much for 6 months. I appreciate it. You were too kind. Dusty Prop, welcome to Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. PPL? Aha! I did. I co-pilot. I got my PPL last week. Finished it all up on Saturday. Could not be happier. Seriously, I'm super stoked to have it. I recorded a video coming back from the airport on Saturday, and I basically couldn't say anything. Like, I had nothing to say. I was just completely awestruck and like shocked by the fact that it was all done. But I'm gonna post that probably next week, up on YouTube and here on Twitch. Psycorp, happy Friday. Good to see you, man. Keep up, Aviator. Thank you very much, man. Happy Friday and welcome aboard. Abyss 123100, welcome aboard. M to Pull, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Did you have your license? What plane are you planning to purchase for yourself? I can't afford that, man. Not anytime soon. Maybe down the road we're looking at buying a plane. For now, I'm going to keep flying the club's Cherokee 180, 1966. Good old Hershey bar wings. What would I suggest for short hops in the E190? X-Crafts or rotate MD-80? I mean, I always suggest to rotate MD-80 because I think it's one of the best planes in X-Plane. So my suggestion is to fly this plane. All right, 2 good engines. We got the power over on that side, so we'll bring the bleeds on. Bleeds are coming up. So the bleeds didn't come up before because I didn't turn the cross bleeds on. That's my problem. Turn the seatbelt sign on. Turn that on. And we need hydraulic controls, so we'll just turn you guys on. Yep. Sorry about that. Yaw damper's off? I thought I turned it on. Now it's on. Flight recorder will come on a little bit. Parking brakes are good. Okay. And we're good. So we'll turn you off. We'll turn you off. We'll set the auto brake to take off. Good. And we will set our flex to toga. Our flex is going to go as high as it will go. No flex today. Good there. And then let's do weather. Good, good, good. And then we want to go. We're going to take off flaps 15 today. So as soon as flaps 15 come out here, we'll pop in our takeoff rep speeds, and then we'll finish up the overhead or the glitter shield. Checklists, who needs them? And there's 15. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. So our takeoff speeds today, V1 135, V-rotate 136, V2 142. That's going to give us a climb out speed of 157 knots. So let's start with that. 157 on the climb out speed. And we're going to climb out for a while at 157 knots. So we will then put our EPR limit on. Good there, good there, good there. The initial heading is going to be 343. So let's actually breathe the departure real quick. This Lindsay 8 departure says, on departure fly heading 343. Upon reaching 9,100 feet, left turn to 273 to enter the 303 back course off of the localizer 108.5. Upon reaching the Lindsay intersection, that's it, you're done. That's all there is to it, right? So we're going to tune into, we're going to put 343, I should say, in the heading bug. We'll get ready to change that pretty quickly to 9,100 feet and then left turn to 273. Let's grab the localizer. Localizer is going to be 108.5. 8.5. And the back course on that is going to be 303. Make sure we go the right way. 303. Good, 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 good. And the top altitude, because we're climbing via the SID. I don't think the SID has a top altitude. 16,000 feet. So take off runway 33, climb heading 343 to 9,100, climbing left turn to 16,000 feet. Maintain 16,000. 16,000 is the top altitude here. All right, 16,000 feet. Good. Okay. So we've set our speed. We got our heading. We got our this stuff all tuned in. This stuff. That's the technical name for it. This stuff all looks good, right? We cool. We good. Yeah, yeah. Okay, right. All right. Yeah. Great. What am I missing? I want to go... VOR is what I want. So rows, ILS, VOR. Yeah, so we got heading hold, alt hold. We're going to go actually put this into vertical speed. Give me 1,500, give me 1,800 feet per minute. So vertical speed, heading, localizer, EPR takeoff. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Any Vegas news? Nothing. They haven't told me anything yet. Mortified, good to see you. Frank T, welcome aboard. Dusty Prop sent me a message. Oh, you did. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that I wasn't able to make it up there, dude. Like, the last couple weeks have been crazy. So, if you're going to be up in the area again at all, anytime, let me know, and we'll do my best. No reverse sensing on the back course. Flying outbound on the... dude, I'm not gonna actually put the autopilot on for this thing. I'm gonna wait till the thing is centered up, and then we'll know where we're going. And then we'll go to GPS mode, and it will tell us anyway where we're going. Dogs 34047, good to see you. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. We'll figure it out. Crown and Ace is good to see as well. All right, so we're good there. We got everything programmed up. Let's get out of here. I need to call ground, get the weather, and then call ground. And then we'll go. How long has it been? 35 minutes? It's going to be some kind of record right there. Ground's 21.9er. 21.9. Good. Aspen Tower, 1885. 1885. Good. 1, 2. Okay. Do our quick... engines are on. Flaps are out. So we'll do our flight control check real quick. We haven't done that yet. Right rudder is good. Left rudder is good. Left aileron, fantastic. Right aileron, fantastic. And then full back. And full forward. Great. Finally, let's get the weather. Aspen weather 3402. 10 mile visibility. Broken 9,000. 14 Celsius. Altimeter 3021. 3021.
Aspen ground.com 922 over at the GA hangars with Whiskey Taxi.
I think he's in the chat. I think he knows exactly what he just did.
33 via Alpha.com 922.
Torbinator, good to see you, man. Is this ATS? Absolutely, man. Only the finest. Aspen ground, American 717. We're at the terminal with the weather for taxi.
American 717, Aspen ground certification on field, verify the weather.
We're at the terminal. We have the weather and we're ready for taxi for American 717.
American 717, runway 33, taxi via Alpha.
33 via Alpha, American 717.
.com 922, pass behind a American jet pulling out the ramp.
Roger, we'll pass behind them. .com 922.
That's right, you will. No, but you do the clock when you take off. You forget the clock all the time, but you're supposed to do the clock when you take off. McShady, we got you, man. Mr. Wood, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday.
Retard.
Crazy Diamond's here for 9 months. He says, can I even I can have a catstrator baby. Crazy, thank you very much for 9 months, man. Appreciate it. Cheers. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We got to catch up later, Crazy. I'll be on ye old Discord tonight. You should be there too. No pushback today? Nah, dude, we don't need pushback. We'll get one later. They made room for us. They know how it goes. We could have powered back if we really wanted to. But no pushback required. Okay, how we doing? We got everything set up, everything configured. I think we're ready to go. I'm ready to go. That's all that matters. We good. We good. Is the APU off?
2031, Oakland Center.
I'm almost ready to go.
Flight level 370.
The APU's off. APU check complete. Trim is not set either. Yeah, that's a good point. Crap. The butt flaps would have gotten us. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. See, that's why, oh, shit! I mean, crap! I didn't mean to swear. I meant to say crap. Oops. All right, 1885 departure is going to be 23.8.
Retard.
I couldn't agree more. Dale's here for 5 months, almost 6 months. We'll be able to catch a whole stream and drive for 5 hours. But I'll lurk away for a while. Daedalus, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Jacob Sachter, good to see you as well. Happy Friday. Aspen Tower, American 717s holding short runway 33.
American 717, Aspen Tower, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 33, American 717. All right, lights, camera, action, flaps, auto brakes, spoilers disarmed, Good. Let's go. Just take your written for you. Yeah, it'd be good enough, right? No accidents happened. We didn't hit the end of the tarmac there. We came close, but we didn't hit the end of the tarmac. All right, clear left. Clear right. Here we go. We're going to run these babies up before we even let go. Brakes. Engine's up. Stable. Toga. There's our full power. We'll let go.
Retard.
Flatboy, thanks for 6 months. Congrats on the PPL says. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Nice timing.
TACON 922, Aspen Tower, hold short. The runway.
Okay, power set.
Hold short 33, come 922.
Airspeed's alive. 80. I think we'll be okay this time. Oh yeah, we should be fine. There's rotate. Uh-huh. Absolutely no problems right there at all. Okay, let's go IAS mode. I'm out of here at 180. And we'll get the autopilot on. And we're just going to leave that thing firewalled. Actually, 157 was supposed to be my climb speed. 180 is the lowest that you can dial in on this plane, though. Okay. Okay, 9,100. Here it goes. So we will make our left turn.
717, contact departure.
Departure, American 717. We'll see it. Okay, 273.
TACON 922, runway 3, line up at 18.
We are not going very fast.
922.
Aspen departure, American 717, 10,000, climbing Lindsay 8.
American 717, Aspen departure to contact, climb, maintain flight level 210.
Level 210, American 717. I'm just going to keep this slow climb going all the way to 16,000. Because that's the top of the star here. Theoretically, that should get us out of here. Chevy. Give me a moment here, man. I got a lot going on right now.
22, runway 3, clear for takeoff.
Okay, we're watching movement on this radial down here. Theoretically, that should be tuned in correctly, but who knows in reality. Let's go to 200 knots. Bring the flaps in. Those lights can come off. Is it going to work? That is the question. It should. I think it wants to do a big circle here, which is not going to work. We don't need that. There it goes. Why is it doing that? No. You're supposed to be in heading mode. Oh yeah, VOR look mode. Let's do that. Okay. So pop you out here. Let's go do direct intersection. Lindsay, direct. Execute that.
22 contact departure. See you later.
And then we will go nav. Okay. All right, so let's go VNav. There we go.
That's the departure.
We'll let the VNav go ahead and take over at this point because we're high enough.
2 for 1,000.
.com 922, Aspen departure.
And we should be on nav track, VNav climb, FMS EPR up to 21,000 feet. Okay.
210, maintain 250 knots. .com 920.
Yep. Always eventful coming out of Aspen. Is this a new controller? I don't know. I haven't heard the voice yet. Captain Boeing, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Mike Zulu Hotel, welcome aboard. J-Ball, good to see you. It's all about the margins. Chevy Rule 727.
Crossing, descend. Clear of conflict.
Clear of conflict, great. Chevy Rule 727 says this should cover the funding of your instrument rating. Chevy, thank you very much for your support, dude. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. Instrument rating will start probably next year. I don't see myself getting into the instrument rating right away. I kind of want to just enjoy flying for a bit. I kind of want to build most of my 50 cross-country hours prior to actually, starting my instrument training. But, I mean, either way, I don't really care. We'll most of it we'll just be concerned with next year. Okay, a little choppy here. It's all right. Outside air temperature, -4. Some anti-ice on.
Adjust vertical speed.
American 770, contact Denver Center 120.47.
20.47 American 717. Why am I not seeing my TCAS targets here? 2047. There we go.
922, contact Denver Center 120.47.
Denver Center American 717, 16,200, climbing flight level 210.
American 717, Denver Center, climb, maintain flight level 260.
Flight level 260, American 717.
Denver Center, .com 922, 19.8 for 210.
Okay, up we go.
922, Denver Center, climb, maintain flight level 260. Do not exceed 270 knots.
260 and do not exceed 270.
A little choppy up here, though.
22.
Definitely hitting some turbulence on our way up. Standard. It looks good. Yeah, it does. Of course, now we're going through the soup. Where's the plane? Where's the plane? Uber, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, Ben. Ben, we play some Overwatch later? Please say we are. N90 Flyer, good to see you, dude. Supposed to go out flying out of Bedford tomorrow. Supposed to pour now. Only day all week. I know, dude. I was hoping. So I fly out for San Francisco on Sunday. So I was hoping to go flying with my friend and my wife on Saturday. And it looks like tomorrow's going to be just a wash. My plan was to fly out to Glen Falls, get some lunch, and then fly back. But I don't think we're going up at all. If we do, we might be able to get up later in the evening. But yeah, I fly out of Lawrence, so I'm kind of dealing with the exact same stuff. Ah, Ben, that's too bad. It's all right, dude. It's okay. All right. Just pop the anti-ice off. I think we're okay.
922, contact Denver Center 1. Actually, stand by.
I'm actually impressed with how well this plane did climbing out of there. I didn't expect that it would actually perform as well as it did. Now, I'm not entirely sure why it's got this oscillation problem going.
127.0, .com 920.
I don't know if this is the plane or if it's X-Enviro doing funky stuff.
127.02, .com 922.
But we're kind of swaying a lot here.
717, maintain flight level 250.
Flight level 250, .com 717.
Reach on.
He's going to climb this guy over me.
Vertical speed. Adjust. Clear
See if
of
I can get this thing to stop oscillating.
.com 922 Denver Center.
There we go. That should do it.
And maintain flight level 310.
Captain McGee here for 6 months. Back to using X-Enviro. Latest update to fix the issues. Supposedly they did, yeah. So I figured I'd install it and give it a shot. See how they do. So, Captain McGee, thank you very much for your continued support. Thanks for 6 months. Cheers. You turned to shovel that coal this week. Yeah, no kidding. A lot of turbulence on my cat rating, says Captain Boeing. Absolutely, that'll happen from time to time. On the Cat 10. Yeah, I think SoCal's been kind of weird lately. I saw the same issues Monday night. 65 knot winds landing in Aspen. Using X-Enviro. I mean, we're only showing a 35 knot crosswind here, but the 65 knot wind, the 65 knot winds on landing, like that's basically the problems that I was having before, where it wasn't properly updating the winds. So if it starts happening again, then I'll just ditch it and I'll go back to stock. Like I'm not married one way or another to this weather engine. I mean, they look good, but I don't think it really looks that much better than stock weather, to be perfectly honest.
260.
I maintain flight level 260, American 717.
American 717, clear direct flood. Contact Denver Center 17.02.
12702, direct flood, American 717. $27.02 and direct to flood. Okay. Denver Center, American 717, flight level 249er for flight level 260.
Denver Center, climb maintain flight level 290.
Flight level 290, American 717. Here we go. I think they actually did improve the performance in this plane too in one of the later patches. But yeah, she seems to be climbing a little bit more realistically now. It's still a dog. It still almost didn't get off the runway. Active Sky can't get here soon enough. I kind of, that's, yeah, I concur. I'm ready for some competition.
X-Enviro,
a frame rate hog. X-Enviro is pretty easy on the frames. It's honestly, with X-Plane 11...
Maintain flight level 300.
Flight level 300, American 717. I found the frames in X-Plane 11 to be about the same. In X-Plane 10, X-Enviro was definitely a FPS improvement. But in 11, like I said, it's been pretty much a wash. Like, I honestly think the default stuff in 11 is pretty damn good nowadays. And I would have no problem just continuing to use the default clouds and the default weather. Why do they always make me fly the full route? Ha-ha! Well, if you're in the .com behind me, it's because you're flying behind a slow-ass MD-80. WBS52 says, congrats on the PPL, another contribution to the eventual instrument rating. Thank you very much for your continued support, sir. Cheers. I appreciate the donation. So, yeah, I'm hoping for the instrument rating next year.
717, climb, maintain, flight level 330.
Level 330, American 717. I'm hoping to think about the instrument rating next year. I'm probably going to use Max a lot as a safety pilot, but I mean that's a lot of flying. It's a lot of money to spend. So I don't want to do it right now. I kind of want to just like not have to think about more flight training and just enjoy what I have. So yeah, so if you're tuning in, I got my PPL last week. The overall exam ended up being a lot, I don't want to say easier, but a lot less stressful than I anticipated. The oral exam was more kind of a conversation. We're talking about some, we're talking about, we're just talking about stuff, really.
And Denver Center, DuckCom 922. We're still on heading 180. Did you want us to go back to our route?
So we were just, you know, it's just like we're talking about stuff.
922, clear direct flight.
And then
Direct flight.
once we finished that, we went and did some flying. The flying was fine. I mean, I wasn't super happy with my flying, but you kind of never are, from what I understand, when you're in a check ride situation. We covered all the basics, you know, the slow flight. We covered the stalls. We covered everything, like everything that you would cover in your PPL. It was obviously covered in that exam. I kind of buggered up my engine out in the pattern. I didn't think I had enough energy, and the examiner's like, "You have plenty of energy. You're good." And I was ready to go. I was actually ready to call a go around, just because, I mean, obviously you can't go around if your engine's out, but like given the situation I was in, I didn't think I had enough energy to do it. But we managed to put it down. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing was a lot less stressful than I was expecting. Like I don't know. Maybe I think I over prepared. I have no idea. Like it was a good exam. It was really good. It was a good test of kind of where I was at, and where one should be. And yeah. So when we got back to Lawrence, I then flew my wife and I down to White Plains, and it was a good day. That was actually a lot more stressful going into White Plains than flying the actual check ride was. Like it was kind of bonkers that way. Chicken curry, G2 fruit punch vodka. Ah, nice, dude. Yeah, I've had wine. I've had martinis tonight. I'm having a gin and Diet Coke right now. This is probably going to be the rest of my night. We're currently climbing at 248 indicated. Mach, standby. Mach 0.75, American 717.
American 717, about that. Say Mach number.
American 717 is Mach 0.75.
DuckCom 922, maintain Mach 0.74 or less.
Terminator, thanks, buddy.
Mach
Appreciate it.
0.74 or less, DuckCom 922.
Assad says, if you get it before me, I'm going to give up. Yeah. No, I don't see myself getting my instrument rating within a year. It'll be close, but we'll see. Captain Oblivious Flight, good to see you, man. Can I host you? Of course. If you want to host me, go for it. Talk about SpaceX. Yeah. All right, let's talk about SpaceX. I'll be honest with you. The SpaceX stuff, I have no idea what happened. I don't know what the announcements are. I've been at a conference all week. I've kind of been like in a little bit of a bubble. Oh, we're Mach 0.67. Oh. What? Why are we not? Oh, crap. Let's do 7.5 then. Why am I slowing down? Go. Just freaking go. Climb Eber. Yes, Chevy, you're right. I screwed that up. But it's okay. We're gonna try to make this up. Nav track, Eber climb. Just do 500 feet per minute. Get that climb speed going. Yeah, I misread my my Mach number. It's like I'm a little distracted tonight. So yeah, I've been at a conference all weekend. I have no idea what happened with SpaceX. I saw there was some news. I saw some folks talking a little bit about it, but I don't know the full extent. SpaceX wants to replace planes with rockets, which is pretty cool. Yeah, okay, and I think Chevy was talking about that earlier in a Discord that I'm in, but like Shanghai or New York to Shanghai in some ridiculous amount of time. I heard from Boston VATSTEM there's a full Boeing simulator center opening in Canton, Mass. Yes, there is. And it looks like it will be kind of expensive, but it is there. Yes, it is opening. I have no idea if it's going to be any good or not, but it looks like it could be cool. No, 0.75. Like, why does it? It keeps changing my Mach number. Let's get 0.75 so like this guy doesn't get really upset with me. mean, I think he's already upset with me, but, you know, more upset with me. Honestly, I don't know how they bring it to the masses. Would be similar to the Concorde at best. I mean, that's the thing that SpaceX does, is they're going to set their sights really high. And it's one of those, like, they'll set it really high, and if they fall short, they've still done quite a lot. And they're not saying it's going to, I'm sure they're not saying it's going to happen overnight, is the thing. Like, this is the kind of thing where it's like, all right, we're going to start researching and working on this over a period of time and try to make it feasible over, say, you know, 10, 15, 20 years or whatever. Because, like, SpaceX has not made reusable rockets work overnight. Like, they've been working on this for, you know, well over 10 years now. Gaming Froggy, welcome aboard. Taco83, good to see you. Why am I no longer subscribed? I don't know, dude. You gotta fix that, right? Swall 2017, good to see you, man. New Azebo is really good. We'll check it out probably here in a few weeks. Maverick, happy Friday. Good to see you.
United 2031 Salt Lake Center, Roger.
Oh, God. 2031 got the control to laugh there. Hopefully it wasn't about us. Cape Air begins a Technum transition. Yeah, Vision, but I saw they were doing that. I didn't know what the timeline was. So Cape Air is switching out from like Cessna 402s or whatever they're running now over to Technum high wing dual engine planes. And I knew that was a thing that was happening, but didn't know what the timing or anything else was. That's pretty cool. Won't lie. It's a really neat thing. Chevy says, as an airline pilot, I resent that he wants to replace me with rockets. I mean, somebody has to fly the rockets, right, Chevy? There's certainly some opportunities there for you. Flight Logic, good to see you, Tyler. Happy Friday. When am I going to get my TCAS license? License to traffic. Yeah. Should be interesting to see them. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the Technums look cool. Like, I saw, oh, man, Premier One Driver did a flight where he was flying around in a Technum twin engine. I don't think it wasn't one of the Technums that Cape Air's picking up, but it was a Technum twin engine, like their dual Rotax plane, which looked really, really, really nice. Like, it looked like a cool plane. So yeah, it's cool to see like Technum actually making some certified aircraft and sort of getting in the market that way. Because most of their stuff has been like experimental and uncertified.
American 717, this hospital discretion maintain flight level 270.
270, my discretion, American 717. Alright. Do I have altitude restrictions to care about? Not really. Fisher above 9,000 feet, that's all we got. We'll go ahead and start down now, I think. You say again the altitude for American 717?
American 717, cost discretion, flight level 270.
270, my discretion, 717, thanks. And we're heading down now. Alright, 27,000. We're just going to start this plane down. I'm not sure when to start down. I don't feel like doing math because my brain hurts. So we'll just go now. Can't hurt. Rockets are self-flown. Oh, that's too bad. That's going to put you out of a job then. Happy thoughts of the day. Rockets will probably always have a self-destruct feature for some reason. Detect to go ARI major population center. Yeah. Ideally, if the rocket's, you know, going to have a self-destruct feature, then they're going to blow the like the passenger capsule off first. SK Dill, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's a big accomplishment. I'm super stoked. Like I honestly found myself completely speechless on Saturday. Yeah, the whole thing was a rush. The whole thing was a whirlwind. And like, I'm a reasonably cocky person, and I was relatively certain that I was gonna, you know, that I was probably gonna pass without too many problems. But there's still this part of you that in the back that's just like, all right, like, maybe I don't know this as well as I think I do. And so when it was all done, I was just like, huh. This thing that I've thought about for years, this thing I've been working on for months, is now done. That's it. Here you go. Here's your license. Go fly an airplane. Okay. Really? Yeah. Go do it. Have fun. I'm like, all right, whatever. So it was nice to be done. It was fun. And it was a great flight down to White Plains on Saturday. And great flight back on Sunday. And it was a kind of, it was a good, cherry on top of the whole thing, and a good way of testing and sort of exercising my skills at a pretty early on. Jeff Bachman, we'll see you. Family are considered the possibility of traveling to New York City during spring break, doing touristy stuff such as Statue of Liberty, Times Square, as well as paying respects to 9/11 Memorial Museum. Anywhere else you might want to go seeing that you have been before. So, the Statue of Liberty is awesome. Like, it truly is awesome. The 9/11 Memorial it will take your breath away. Go up One World Trade Center. I'm terrified of heights. I went up, and it was pretty, like, it was amazing. Like, it was incredible up there. And just find some good food, man. Like, I'm not really that in tune with New York. I've only been there a couple of times. I've only been sightseeing like twice there. So just go find some good food, because New York has got no shortage of food whatsoever. That's for sure. Should do alt sell there. Taco83 here for 5 months. He says that's better. Nailed it. Taco, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. Appreciate it. Baradam, I did get your email. Yes. We ended up doing nothing. Unfortunately, we ended up doing none of that. We ended up hanging out in an area of town. I forget the area of town, but an area with a bunch of restaurants and bars and whatnot, just kind of going on and drinking for the day. So I appreciate you sending the suggestions over. I'm going to hang on to them, and we'll check them out. We'll check them out next time we go, because I suspect that we're going to be down in New York a fair bit. Would you prefer the Thunderbirds, the Blue Angels? I don't have a preference, truly. But the trip was good. It was quick. We didn't even get in the city until about 4 o'clock. So we were only in the city for like 5 or 6 hours before we headed back to our hotel, and then we flew back fairly early on. We flew back fairly early on Sunday morning, because both her and I had a lot of stuff to do on Sunday. CRJ200 broken an X-Plane 11. Tip to buy it. Don't want a broken plane. I have not been able to get it to work mortified in 11. I don't know if anybody else has. But yeah, I have not been able to get the CRJ200 to work in X-Plane 11.
Centennial clearance November for 732. Ready to check.
Draft calling was loud and clear.
Max knows about the good eats, that's for sure. Ben, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday, Mr. Farney. Yeah, we met up with Max on Saturday. Sorry. He took us to a nice place, a nice wine place. And we got some a couple good glasses of wine. Neat place. Where'd I fly first with the PPL? Well, technically my first destination was back home, but my first place to go with my PPL with my wife was White Plains, Kilo Hotel Papa November. So we immediately, like within an hour, turned around in Lawrence and then headed down to White Plains. Dom 2146, good to see you, man. Did I eat in the restaurant in One World Trade Center? Not a freaking chance. I am terrified of heights. I was up there for 10 minutes and I had to leave. So no, I didn't eat up there. There was also a zoo. It was super, super busy when we went up, and between the crowds of people and the fact that I was, way high in the air, my body was like, this isn't cool. I decided that I needed to head down and didn't stay up very long. Steve, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Swole, good to see you as well. Fly the CRJ and X-Plane 11 all the time, no problems. So apparently it can work. Like I said, it hasn't worked for me, but it can work for somebody.
17, 6,000.
Was that 16,000 for American 717?
American 717 affirmative, and the Colorado Springs altimeter 3023.
16,023 American 717. Okay.
Stockholm 922, the center maintain 16,000, the Colorado Springs altimeter 3023. Down to 16,000.
023. There we go. I've never actually been in a 717 or in an MD-80. I don't fly American all that much. I've seen plenty of these at airports, but I've never actually flown in one myself. I wouldn't mind taking a ride one of these days. Plane overshot and is now turning back in. Excellent. Have I ever flown an island? I have not. J-Snap, good to see you, man. So, Justin, that's the thing. Okay. Assad, thank you very much for your donation, my friend. Cheers to the next person who will be keeping a photo of Orville and Wilbur in their flight bag.
24.0.
24.0 American 717. We'll get back to you in just a second, Adam. Right there. Let's grab the weather, and then we'll go read Adam's message. 17010, 10 mile visibility, broken 1700, overcast 4012 Celsius, altimeter 3023. Approach American 717, flight level 243, descending for 16,000. We've got the Colorado Springs weather.
American 717, Springs approach, Ryder.
All right. Adam says, cheers to the next person who will be keeping a photo of Orville and Wilbur in their flight bag. I hope to fly one of those low-wing contraptions you call a Piper someday. Absolutely, man. You should fly the Piper. I think it's really fun. Adam, thanks very much for your support, dude. Cheers. I appreciate it. And Quantident's here for 9 months. Holy crap, 9 months, man, he says. Wow, keep on doing what you do. Always enjoy watching your streams. Thanks for the many months worth of entertainment. Quantident, thank you very much for your support as well. Appreciate it. I appreciate both you guys.
Approach type request.
Whatever you want to give me, American 717. Too Ill Clan, welcome aboard. This is X-Plane. Owen Bradley, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I had the opportunity to fly the 717, but it was subbed out for CRJ 900. Oh, bummer, dude. Fly with Allegiant. They got some MD-80s. That's true.
American 717, you can expect the visual approach.
American 717 woke up.
American 717, ascend now, maintain now 900,000. Turn right, heading 0900. That's vectors for your descent.
Okay, 9,000, 090 vectors for the descent, American 717.
.com 922, Contact Springs approach 124.0.
Yeah, we're not descending very fast. I'm doing what I can, man. Might be able to stretch some more out of this thing, but probably not too much.
Springs approach, .com 922, 264 for 16,000. We have the Colorado Springs weather.
But yeah, so there's Allegiant actually flies. I think they fly to Boston, but I know that Allegiant also flies out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So that might be my opportunity to ride on one of these guys.
.com 922, I expect to hold at Black Forest for an inbound and expect a visual approach.
We'll expect hold at Black Forest and we'll expect the visual. .com 922.
Gonna get a hold. That's too bad. I feel so bad for you. Owen Bradley, take it easy. I already say goodbye to you, but goodbye again. Pilot, so yeah, pilot being afraid of heights. So here's the thing. When I'm in a plane, I'm fine. Like, it doesn't bother me because I know how wings work. I know what the wings are, right? I know that, they're going to keep me in the air. But there's the part of me that I'm up in a building. Like, if something were to happen to the building, or if I were to like go tumbling over the side of the building, there's nothing that's keeping me alive. Like, that's it. You're done. And I just am not comfortable with being up high in a position where I could potentially fall. But if I'm in an airplane, it doesn't bother me. It's weird. It's completely weird. It doesn't make any sense. But if I'm in an airplane, it doesn't bother me at all.
I expect further clearance 0030.
Unable minimum fuel. Yeah.
Alright, hold Black Forest. South Black Forest on the 173 radial right turns.
I have never gotten a hold on PilotEdge. Ever gotten a hold on PilotEdge.
Transmission got We're gonna after that and then verify its right turns and then like zero to
Padawan says has the same issue. Padawan, good to see you, man. Yeah, it's crazy. So is vision bite. Like it's more like it's less a fear of height and more a fear of falling from heights. From what I understand.
And expect further 0030, DACOM 922.
American 77, turn right heading 250.
Right 250, American 717. Oh boy. X-Enviro is doing some weird stuff right now. Weird stuff. Totally get you. Can fly in 172's capable airline pilot, but can't walk near a railing or be on 30-something high floor in the building. Exactly, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, like walking next to a railing, even on like the second or third floor in a building, I get freaking palpitations. Like I can't deal with it. It's crazy. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be that way. It's completely unnatural. It's completely unwarranted. But my body is like, nah, dude, you can't do this. We're back to X-Enviro for now. They updated it, so we're checking out the update. I'm not sold on it, to be honest. Not completely sold on it. Alright. Let's get some approach speeds down here in a ref. Approach. Flaps 40. So 40/131. 40/131. That'll give us approach speed of about 136. Ish. Perfect. $15,000 feet in the air. Love it. Absolutely, man. I get frightened going over bridges. I don't get that. I'm lucky that the bridges don't bother me too much. But yeah, I mean, if I were to walk over a bridge, it'd be a different story. But if I'm driving, I'm usually okay. No building parkour for me. Not a chance, Mr. Logic. Not a chance. Holy crap, that guy's quiet.
Okay, you're speaking a little bit too quiet, sir. Aircraft calling Sagan.
Mm-hmm. Super quiet. Once tried to climb a 32-foot ladder up the side of a canyon. One of the scariest things I've ever done. Yeah. I tried to do a ropes course back in college. Like 20 feet up in the air. Couldn't do it.
We're 47332, calling on the ground and at Santiago Springs on the ground. Confirm?
Alright. Let's pull our nose up here. Speed brakes out and get the sucker slowed down.
Back, 332, standby.
I think that's Colorado Springs off to my right.
717, Colorado Springs Airport, 2 o'clock, 12 miles, report inside.
Inside American 717.
American 717, cleared visual approach to Colorado Springs Airport.
Okay, clear visual approach to Colorado Springs Airport, American 717.
American 717, for planning purposes, what runway are you planning to use into Colorado Springs, and are you going to be canceling on the ground or in the air?
Isn't Colorado Springs towered now?
Semi.
Somebody didn't get the memo.
American 717 for now. Fly present heading. Whatever heading you're turning to right now, just maintain 9,000.
All right, so we're flying 319er and we'll down to 9,000 American 717.
Sounds good.
Somebody didn't get the memo. Keith. This guy's probably like, why are these guys flying to Colorado Springs? I kind of wonder why he put that dude in a hold. Now it all makes sense because if he thought it was an untowered field, which until today it was, he couldn't bring two people in at once. Oops. Victory Gamer, man, good to see you, man. Can you edit text or files? Yes, you can. Matt Cat, welcome aboard.
American 717, verify you still have the airport in sight.
Affirmative.
American 717, clear visual approach, runway 17 left.
Go for the visual 17 left, American 717. All right, Colorado Springs is 6,100 feet, so we'll set our altitude here for 7,500. 7,600. Let's get some speed breaks out.
Cleared near the Colorado Springs Airport now. Your radar vectors, fly at 350 and descend to maintain 1,000.
It's all good. It happens.
And say again the altitude for DOCOM 922.
DOCOM 922, 9,000.
9,000, DOCOM 922.
It happens. Looking forward to the Quality Week 787. Yeah, whenever it comes out, man. They're releasing like the manual, information about the plane, but everything, they're releasing everything but the actual plane itself. So eventually we'll see that plane. All right, there's 7,600. Let's get them speed brakes in. Start getting them flaps out. Yep. Landing gear. Okay. And Colorado Springs Towers coming up here. $19.9 for Springs Tower. And the approach speed I said was going to be 136.
DOCOM 922, turn left, heading 180.
Left 180, DOCOM 920.
All right. Let's fly an airplane. What do you say?
And SCAC 332, you can expect a departure clearance delay of about 10 minutes or so. Do you want to depart VFR? I suggest you depart VFR, pick up IFR in the air, or do you still want to wait on the ground?
All right, give me some power. Let's go.
Roger.
Sinking like a rock.
And order 332, figure the change is approved. DOCOM 922, expect a visual approach, runway 17 left.
Expect visual 17 left, DOCOM 922.
Kind of crappy conditions out here. Oh, there's the runway. Okay.
American 717, contact tower 133.15.
Tower 1315, American 717. Crap.
DOCOM 920, left heading 090.
Left 090, DOCOM 920.
And DOCOM 922, amend the altitude, maintain 10,000.
I think this is the wrong
10,000,
frequency.
DOCOM 920.
Springs Tower, American 717, visual 17 left.
American 717, Saturday running 17 left, clear 2-1.
Clear to land 17 left, American 717. Okay, I think we're on the front. I think we're on the wrong frequency, but whatever. He gave it to me. He answered. We got ourselves back on the glide slope here. This is basically stable, right? Gears down 3 green. Flaps are set and indicated. Speed brakes armed. Auto brakes armed. We're landing. Trying to blow it up this time. Oh yeah. try to be stable at some point. Of course, I ballooned the crap out of it there. Why would we be stable?
TACOM 922, turn left turn heading 340, descend and maintain 9,000.
Okay, here we go. I cannot land this thing to save my life. Always a thumper. Always a thumper. I've never been able to land this plane. Anyway. Grab the high speed here. No braking. The reverser's
Break
in.
at 717, turn right on Echo 5. If not, turn right on Echo 6, then contact ground.
Echo 5, contact ground, American 717.
TACOM 922, 17, 8,500, and turn left heading 280.
Okay, Echo 5, and we want the terminal. Ground is 0.7. Seven.
Jack 332, you still on the clearance frequency? Number 47332,
Oops.
Centennial clearance.
November 72, we're on the ground, and actually we're on...
All right.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realize
We
this
made it.
happened in the span of yesterday, and I wasn't properly, so I didn't know that Centennial and Colorado Springs are not fully staffed. So
No, this is I think this is iced 8383 scenery. Like he's using a lot of default stuff in here.
Are you ready?
This is custom scenery. It's just it looks it's similar to default.
We are ready to taxi.
The SCAC 332, Roger. Contact Centennial ground. I'll have your taxi instructions for you.
Oh, to ground on percentage.
TACOM 922, Colorado Springs Airport, 9 o'clock, 10 miles, report inside. TACOM 922, clear visual approach, runway 17 left.
Springs ground, American 717's Echo 5. We're looking for the terminal.
22, clear visual approach, runway 17 left.
Yeah, we want the terminal. Please. Springs ground, American 717's on Echo 5, looking for the terminal.
American 717, Springs ground, taxi via Echo Hotel to the ramp.
Echo Hotel to the ramp, American 717. We'll see you in a few.
Solid clearance giving American 554 instruments to Phoenix.
All right. Oh my God, so many butt flaps. The plane's telling me butt flaps, and so is Twitch. Firefighter Zach, thank you very much for the 100 bits, man. What's up? Long time no see. No kidding, man. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it, dude. Cheers.
Squawk 4200.
Mr. Destructoid, he says.
Weavik 6, Bryce Canyon, and a spy will climb by Sid, Squawk 4200.
I see Flyer, welcome aboard. I think that's Goldsy. Is that Goldsy? Oh yeah, it's Mr. Goldsy. Guess he's not controlling tonight. Oh my gosh.
Alpha 3.
Anyway, we made it. That's all that matters. That's all I really care about.
Sky 47332, Centennial ground, runway 17 left.
Anyway, Zach, what's up? Is we're chilling, dude. Having a good night here.
17 left, the Alpha 3 and Alpha November.
That building.
Recon.
That building's a little crooked. Lazy Pilot Rav here for 7 months. Thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers. I appreciate it. APU is on. APU is on, ready to be used.
Springs Tower, .com 922, visual 17 left.
.com 922, Springs Tower, runway 17 left, declared 2 line.
17 left, clear to land.
We're going to be lurking. All right, Goodman. Take it easy. Thanks for your support. Have fun. We're going to do one more flight after this, too. Head over to Grand Junction.
DECOM 922, are you planning to land on the west side of the airport?
Once we get parked.
Say again for DECOM 922.
Southwest returned their 737-300s tonight with the last landing at 11:35 Central Time. No kidding.
Roger.
That's too well. I mean, I want to say that's too bad, but like those planes are not very good. So maybe I should say it's about time. That's cool though. That's neat. Finally getting rid of the 733s. Good riddance. We'll just pull in right here. I don't know anything about Colorado Springs, so we can just park over here. Call it a day. Is that another point at the gate? Might be. Oh yeah, I should turn off landing lights and all that stuff. We landed! Been on the phone with the girlfriend for the whole flight. Nice, dude. Well, hope it was worth it. We did land. We got one more flight though, Hexload. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Making room for the 737 MAX. Yeah, they are. I don't know if that's a real plane or not. We'll go park next to him. I think it's a fake plane. All right, is this actually an auto gate? It is.
SCAC 332, clearance is available. Advise ready copy. It's gonna be a full clearance here.
November 4732 will be ready in a minute.
Roger.
Roger, stop there. For you. All right, we get the EPU on. EPU bleed is on. Just kill the engines. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Colorado Springs Airport, which is now towered on PilotEdge. Local time, who cares? All right. So flight number 2 is coming up. I'm going to step away here for a moment. So if you guys are taking off, thanks for joining me. If you're sticking around, we'll see you here in just a few minutes. Pilot person, good to see you. And we'll do the next flight. We're going to go to Grand Junction. So if you're on PilotEdge, if you're on PilotEdge and want to come join us, please feel free to. We will see you here in a moment.
November 4732 ready to copy clearance.
We're going to make it daytime, too. Sounds like flying in the night tonight.
DECOM 922, turn right at Echo 5 and contact ground.
Right, Echo 5 and contact ground. DECOM 922.
SCAC 332, cleared to Colorado Springs Airport. Denver 9er departure. Right vectors to join Victor 389 at Dane. Black Forest VOR direct. Climb via the SID, XATs maintain 1000. And you can expect 1000 feet of pound altitude. Departure frequency 132.75. Squawk 2156.
November 4732 clear to Colorado Springs via Denver 9er departure, then vectors to join Victor 389 to Addons and then to Black Forest VOR direct. Climb via seat except maintain 11,000 and expect 11,000 in 10 minutes, I believe. Departure 132.75 and squawk 2156. Squawk action 2156.
Jack, we back and contact ground.
And springs around DECOM 922 with clear at 1. Echo 5 are going to the north side hangars.
Mike. I think technically you're Big Papa Lima. I'm just saying. Serbia plays, good to see you. And hello, Mike. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm bummed that we didn't get to meet up. Somebody asked what the song is. The song is Disfigure by Blank. And it's the remix, the VIP remix. There's a link in the bottom, in the bottom of my Twitch channel. The mic makes me sound majestic. All right. I like that. True Flight, good to see you. Blue Angels or Thunderbirds? I honestly have no preference. I think I've seen them both. I don't think I have a preference either way. J-Snap finally figured out what Papa Lima was referencing. It's all right, dude. Takes some people longer than others. Hurricane, work, family, through a damper. That's all good, man. Don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll find some other times where we can meet up. All right, we're just getting our flight plan put in here. IFR 717, MD-80, 447 knots. Colorado Springs, Grand Junction, 36,000 feet. I guess we could try to make that. You can call me Sinner. Or Killer. You can call me Killer. Alright. Got that. I'll be honest, Mike, I was super tired like every single night this week anyway. Like it was a lot more work and a lot more exhausting than I had expected. So it was nice to just go back and basically fall asleep every night. QF. J80. JNC. KGJT. Nice. I want an alert catstrator. Yeah, no kidding. That's all right, man. I'm always on anyway. Even when I'm dead, I'm still usually pretty okay in person. Let's do this. We got some folks joining us. Okay, he came with us. Hopefully he's gonna come join us again. I think he's going out too. A lot of guys in the Challenger. Anyway, flight plan is filed. What do I need to do here? Anything else? Nope, I think we're good. I like this song though. All right, let's kill it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. If you guys are just coming in here, I'm going to warn you now. I'm pretty low energy today. I've had a incredibly long week where I've been talking. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, got in this afternoon, is staying with me this weekend. And we've had many glasses of wine and many glasses of other stuff this evening. So it's been a pretty low key stream so far. So anyway, next flight's going to take us from Colorado Springs out to Grand Junction, and it should be about an hour-long flight, I think. What is SimBrief telling us? SimBrief says we'll be in the air for 49 minutes. That sounds about right. So we'll get this thing going. Flying the MD-80 tonight by Rotate. Big fan of this thing. The nice thing is I don't have to think too much on this plane, which is especially useful when my brain is dead. So, yeah. You guys are talking about your own stuff. Ridiculous, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, buddy. Victor Gamer says, is SimBrief better than SkyVector? They do two different things, to be honest. SimBrief is good for like doing basically all your flight planning for you. And SkyVector is a good way to visualize and kind of get your charts and see where you should be flying based on that plan. Anyway, let's get this thing going. Get my plates and all that. We don't have any departures filed, so just get this sucker here in 4-flight. And then we'll get out of here. So COS, airport diagram, and then GJT, airport diagram for that too. So Springs clearance, it's going to be 3445. We get a new page on the PilotEdge here. The PilotEdge notebook, because my other notebook seems to have gone missing. I think my wife moved it, and she doesn't want to tell me. We're American 717, and we're going to be flying to Grand Junction, GJT. Okay, so what did I say? 3445 for clearance here. 3445. You ever use PFPX? Nope. I use SimBrief. SimBrief does the same thing as PFPX, and it's free. Matt in 1997, good to see you.
Back 332, contact departure.
Departure, he says. All I can say is if the radar goes down, I blame Grand Junction FIR for spending $2.3 million and changing the name of the road. Okay. Jacob Sacker, I don't know what that means, but we'll go with it. Springs clearance, American 717 IFR, Grand Junction.
Over 47332, Denver departure, radar contact. Make it 717, Springs clearance, stand by.
Standing by. Yeah, I don't use PFPX because SimBrief does the same thing as far as I'm concerned, and it's free. And I think that PFPX is a bit bloated. I just honestly don't want to pay for like that kind of software. I just don't see a need for it. Willful Scandal, have a great night, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Good to fly with you as well, too, sir. We'll catch you here in a couple weeks, hopefully. So yeah, it's gonna be a short night tonight. I'm gonna do these two flights and probably call it quits. No stream next week because I'll be out of town. So we'll see you here in a couple of weeks. I'll try to do something during the week after next.
Salt Lake Ground America 554, spot 3, taxi with Juliet.
Is Goldie watching? Goldie, are you here? Did I hear myself in the background speaking? It happens occasionally on PilotEdge. Even people who aren't flying along with me. Nah, Goldie's not here. Oh, he is! Hello, Goldie! Am I famous on PilotEdge? Lurk mode engaged.
16 Latvia Hotel.
I normally don't... I normally don't call out the lurkers, but when I hear myself talking on PilotEdge comms, I feel like I have to. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you, Sean. Does Allegiant come with the MD-80? Yes, it does. Yep.
Skyx 332, turn left heading 110, when able, join Victor.
Of course Allegiant comes with it. I mean, Allegiant's like the most common like user of these in the US, next to American. I guess American, Delta, and Allegiant. Like if you didn't have any of those three, it would be kind of silly. I always look forward to my Fridays with Ty. I guess I have to hang out with my wife and kids. What? No way, dude. We got one more flight going. We're not done yet. We're still waiting on clearance for flight number 2. Be here at least another hour. Your family can wait. The stream will continue. Oh, next week. Right. I got you. Well, I can kick off a vodcast if you're looking for an excuse to stop by. Kick off a vodcast and we'll replay like a couple weeks ago's stream or something. Saw an article about how Allegiant doesn't take care of their planes. Yeah, they're kind of notorious for maintenance issues. So we're just waiting on clearance.
Flex 411 clearance.
I think he's trying to. Yeah, he had somebody else who's giving clearance too. So we're just stepping in line and waiting.
Flex 411 cleared to the Amarillo Airport. Springs 5 departure. Rudder vectors Pueblo. Then as filed.
Tap 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 tap.
I expect flight level 31010 minutes after departure.
Jacob Sacker, take it easy, man. We'll see it. I dab Joe. We'll see you as well, buddy.
Springs 5, radar vectors.
The super 80 the super complex MD-80. Yeah, study level sim, right? Admiral Kaiju, welcome aboard. It's been an awesome stream to kick off the weekend. Enjoy my first visit here. Well, welcome aboard, man. Glad to have you. This is a bit lower key and sort of down tempo compared to what it normally is, but
American 717 clearance available. Device ready to copy.
Ready to copy, American 717.
American 717 cleared to Grand Junction Airport. Springs 5 departure. Rudder vectors Black Forest, Dennis found. Maintain 16,000. Expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Squawk 2334.
Clear to Grand Junction Airport, Springs 5, Black Forest as filed. 16,000 on departure. Flight level 360 within 10. And squawk 2334, American 717.
American 717, Rebecca.
All right. So let's pop in here, pop down here. We're going to go to the the route page. KCOS, KCO, and S. We're heading over to KGJT, KGJT, GJT, GJT. Say that 10 times fast. KGJT. All right, we're going to plan for 17 left departure. Colorado Springs 5. I didn't plan for that. I'm assuming it's just a vector departure, though. The Springs 5 departure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just got a vector. It's literally fly run my heading, so with some lost comm stuff, so that's good. All right, Colorado Springs 5, 17 left. Good there. Let's execute that. We'll go to the route page. We'll go to not next. To DRK. BRK, Black Forest. BRK. And that didn't work. All right, whatever. After BRK comes the next waypoint, which is FQF. QF. After FQF is going to be J80. And then we're going to go to JNC, Junction. Good. Go to legs page. Let's wipe that discontinuity out. Let's just delete the vectors. Then you up there. Good. Fixed it. Okay, fantastic. Get people and gas on here. So at a weight and balance. SimBrief is telling us 20,300 pounds of fuel. 20,300 pounds. We'll call it right there. And our total weight is going to be about 120,000. So we'll bring this down by 9. 120, about right there. Okay, done. Apply. Great. And a ref. And perf. Bunch of the new values in there. The reserve for this flight is going to be 5.7. 5.7. We're going to 36,000 feet this time. Whatever. It says max out 35,000. We're still going to go for 36. I think we can do it. 65 on the cost index. Great. We can flex it this time. The outside air temperature, pop that in, and then we'll set the flex here in a second. V1, we'll do the V speeds here in a little bit too. CG is 13%. So 13%, flaps 15. And we'll set the trim a little higher than that. Great. Okay, and then I think he gave me the same squawk code, 2334, yeah. Okay, so the top altitude assigned by ATC, so 16,000. So we'll do the speeds here in a few minutes. The departure says on departure fly heading 171. So we'll punch that in, 171. And we'll say initial vertical speed of 1800. So I like to climb out with vertical speed turned on. That's just personal preference. I know I could stall the plane. I know that's probably not ideal, but that's how I do it. And then we'll set the altitude for 16,000 feet. So the speed we'll set here in a few minutes. Heading 171, initial vertical speed of 1,800 feet, and the initial altitude of 16,000 feet. So that's all set there. We have the squawk code set. We're squawking Charlie. Good there, good there. And I think we are ready to push. Yes, yes. Actually, you know what? We're going to power back. Goldsy, thanks, man. I appreciate it, buddy. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of work. Okay, so let's go and just start the engines and we'll get power back and get out of here. So pumps are all on because I didn't turn any of that stuff off and I should have. So we'll go system A this time. Start with the right side. And we'll turn off the bleeds. And we'll turn on the cross bleeds. And then we'll say, all right, start engine number 2. Engine number 2 says, all right, I'm going to start. And the N2 starts rising. How do they go? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I have no idea how to land this thing. Is anybody here a pilot? The guy next to me had the fish. He's not going to help me at all. X-Plane pilot, good to see you, man. Happy Friday indeed. Jacob Sacker says, welcome to my hometown when you get to GJT. Nice, dude. All right, there's 20. Can you explain? We are explaining. How would you like me to change my explaining? Can I silence the master caution? Sure. I guess. All right, there's one good engine. Make it 2. .501 Aviator, happy Friday. Good to see you. Honestly, it looks too complicated to start up. Hopefully there's a handbook. Yeah, there's a really good manual that comes with this thing. A really, really good manual that I've read multiple times front to back. Because this plane is really freaking weird. It doesn't share a lot, if anything, in common with the Boeings. It doesn't share a lot, if anything, especially not with the Airbuses. And especially not with the Embraer. So this plane is kind of its own beast. That's very, very strange. Am I a real pilot? Yes, I have a PPL. As of last Saturday. Do I consider myself a pilot? Not really. I fly airplanes. Rye Guy 911, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Glad he was honest. However, I feel like one of the 2 in the front should have been fully qualified. Well, you would think that one of the 2 in the front should be fully qualified, but I'm just going to hit the auto land button anyway. I mean, they just auto landed. Who cares? Plane lands itself. All you got to do is YOLO it and you're fine. All right, it's 2 engines. You off, you off, you off. And we'll turn the APU off. Engine bleeds are on. So turn you on. Off, off. Set that for RTO. Make sure you're off. Trim is set. Go flaps 15. What do you recommend for newcomers that don't know the ATC language? I find it difficult. So if you want to get started online, check out the PilotEdge training resources. I mean, if you want to learn how to communicate with ATC, the best way to do it is to read the FAR AIM and start there. But like, there's tutorials on VATSIM, there's tutorials on PilotEdge that teach you how to do all that stuff. So that's probably where I would start. That's where I started. I mean, I didn't know a thing when I first jumped in, and I learned by reading a lot and watching a lot of YouTube videos. Okay, we'll set our V speeds. V1 128, V rotate 131, V2 137. Climb out speed is going to be 152 knots ish. 152 right there. Good. All right, so let's do the power back thing. Engage reversers. Fire the reversers up. Beep, 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 beep. This is my favorite part of this plane. Because why wouldn't you do this, right? We don't need no pushback truck. Ritter Cal, good to see you. Victor Gamer Man, no problem, dude. Yeah, so I would start with PilotEdge's training material. It's really quite good, and very, very comprehensive. All right, reversers in. All right, so let's grab the weather, then we'll dial up ground and get out of here. Colorado Springs weather. 2354 Zulu. 17010, 10 miles Bodie, broken 1700, overcast 4,000, 1200 or 12 Celsius, altimeter 3023. Nothing has changed. Great. Ground controller is 121.7 to 1.7, and tower is 19.9er. 19 and 9er. Okay. Turn him back up. Why is the engine volume so quiet? I have all the I have the sounds turned down. Yeah, I know they're super loud planes, but I got the volumes turned down pretty good. Actually, we can flex this takeoff. Flex 45.
American 554.
16,000. That's good. That's good. We'll go heading mode. Great. Springs ground. American 717s at the terminal with the weather for taxi.
American 717. Springs ground. Runway 17 left. Taxi via Mike. November Echo. Or correction, sorry, Mike Hotel Echo.
17 left, Mike Hotel Echo, American 717. First night they've had these open, so I'm not expecting any miracles. Maybe I asked before, sorry I had a few glasses of wine. It's all right. What's a good airliner type of plane to get, as I am sick of the Zebo updates? Well, this plane, so the rotate MD-80 is quite good.
Southwest 1695, 4225 right here, Echo 13.
IXEG 737-300 we flew last week is pretty good. The JAR design planes, if you taper your expectations, are pretty good. Those are good airliners. And there are definitely others, but like I really have enjoyed SSG in the past, but the last time I tried to fly SSG, it didn't work. So but check out my YouTube page, and you'll find examples of stuff. But I would say the rotate MD-80, the IXEG 737, the flight factor 757 or 767, like those are going to be probably your 4 top planes that you would want to get. Or wait for the 320 Ultimate to come out for flight factor, but I think that's going to be a ways out. Yeah, Steve PHL's got it covered there. Or buy a real airliner. That's right, $40 million. It could be yours. Or cheaper. I've seen them on controller quite a bit cheaper. Dallas Flyer 62. Good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. How much studying did you do for the PPL? A lot. Probably 200 to 300 hours easily just for the PPL. That doesn't include the time I spent simming either. I'd say probably at least 200 hours I spent studying for the PPL. All said and done. I'm in the Navy. I have low expectations. Perfect. You are in the right hobby then.
Springs Tower.
Make sure you roll it when she nosedives towards the ground. Yeah.
Flexjet 411. Springs Tower, runway 17 right at Alpha 1, clear for takeoff.
Q Boss, good to see you, man. Happy
Good
Friday.
takeoff,
Hope you're doing well.
17 Apple 411.
Southwest taxi at its finest. Hell yeah, dude. We're taxiing a V1. I only have 39 million. Well, soon enough, you could afford a jet liner of your own. What was the material? What was the material you learned hard to comprehend? I mean, here's the thing. I don't like to talk about how hard something was to learn or how hard something was to comprehend, because everybody is different in terms of their reading comprehension, in terms of how they learn. I did not find the PPL to be especially difficult. It was tedious at times. There were some things that I had difficulty as a whole, like conceptualizing, but in general, I thought the PPL was pretty easy. Now, if you're not like me, which you probably aren't, you're not going to have that same sort of feeling, right? So, I honestly, there was nothing that really stuck out to me that said, hey, like, this is really, really difficult, because I found most of it to be fairly simple. But I also studied the crap out of everything. Like, I know the material inside and out. But that's just how I am. It's how I roll. All right, 17 left. Let's go to tower. We'll grab departure here. Departure's 24-0.
Flagship 411, connect departure.
4-0. There we go.
Departure 411.
Springs Tower, American 717, holding short 17 left.
411's 8,000, climb 16,000, spring 5.
Flagship 411, Springs departure, radar contact. American 717, Springs Tower, wind 14011, runway 17 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 17 left, American 717. .com 717, taxi, same Mach number. We're American 717 tonight, but yeah. Mach 0.20 for the taxi for American 717. Was there a lot of math, and it was so difficult? Again, math is probably the thing I find to be the least difficult. Math and geography are super, super easy for me. But there is a fair amount of math that you have to do, yes.
Level 270.
Okay. Lights. Camera. Action. You're good. You're good. You're good. Let's get out of here. Push the throttle forward. Make sure dim engines are stable, which they are. Auto throttle set. Flex 45.
Flagship 411, connect Denver Center 128.37.
Power set.
2837, 411.
I don't have any V speeds. Of course I don't have any V speeds. Why would I?
Denver Center, Flagship 411's 13.3, climb 16,000.
Flagship 411, Denver
Nope,
Center.
no V speeds today.
Level 260.
Rotate is 131. That's all we really care about. It's 100. 120. And there's VR. Piece of cake. Nothing to it. Alright. First thing we do is put the autopilot on. So we get this thing cleaned up. Speed 240.
Cessna 47332, expect ILS for 17 left approach.
Bring the nose down. Go climb mode. Up we go.
332, roger, expect that.
She's not
American
very fast.
717, connect departure.
Departure, 717. We'll see it.
Get at a 2031, connect Denver Center 120.47.
What's the blinking red light? That was telling me the autopilot was off. It was an artifact of the last flight. Springs departure, American 717, 7,800 climbing 16,000.
American 717 Springs departure, better contact.
All right. Okay, so asked about math. We talked about that. There was definitely some math.
Cessna 332, turn left.
Welcome back, Jacob Sacker. You hardly left. We haven't been to your hometown. We're still in Colorado Springs. Miles ahead. Good to see you, dude. I'm doing pretty well. How are you? Q-Boss, you missed the second departure. But we're just climbing out now. Heading out of Colorado Springs. Heard a bunch of PPL. Congrats. Thanks, Miles. Appreciate it. Verna, good to see you. Does anybody have their clowns look super gray with stock? Yes.
332, roger.
These are, so this is an overcast layer, and this is being drawn by Xenviro. But yeah, the stock clouds are pretty gray, especially for the overcast stuff. Math for your PPL was at university level of complexity. No, I mean, you got to remember, the PPL is designed for like a 17-year-old. It's mostly high school math that you're doing. So, like, there's nothing too crazy. I forgot to put this in speed mode. Sorry, we'll just keep accelerating. Once we get above 10,000, I'll put it in VNav.
Level 200.
So I kind of screwed that one up. There we go.
Flexjet 411 connect Denver Center 132.22.
3222. Question.
American 717. Turn left heading 070.
070 American 717.
Denver Center, Flexjet 411 is 260.
Shuttle exit 411.
Alright, so we'll go to VNav mode.
310.
310, 411.
Whatever, we'll go to IS mode
Cessna
then.
332, turn right heading 230.
I'm at 290. I could do that.
You're at 2031. I have an amendment to your routing advice. Ready to copy?
Up we go.
You're at 2031. Go to Denver Airport via after the French intersection or whenever you're able. You
reach on.
Aussie Benny H, good to see you, man. Here for 8 months. Happy anniversary. Can't believe I slept in for this special day. Aussie Benny, happy Saturday, man. Thank you for joining us. Cheers, my friend. Thank you for your continued support. Dude, I passed my PPL. I don't know if you caught the good news. I got my license last week. World beware. What plan am I going to fly for the next live stream? I have no idea. That's 2 weeks from now. Have not even thought that far ahead.
American 717, proceed direct Black Forest VOR or Zemo navigation.
Direct Black Forest for Zumo nav, American 717.
American 717, connect Denver Center 128.37.
2837, American 717. Black Forest. And then 28. $37. Departure or center American 717, 14,500 climbing 16,000.
American 717, Denver departure, climb and maintain, correction, Denver Center, climb and maintain, flight level 260.
Level 260, American 717. Keeping the dream alive. I don't know why the VNav won't engage, but I'm really not going to be too worried about it. We're just getting ourselves pointed towards Black Forest here. Then we'll come down to the FMC. We will go to the direct intersection page, grab BRK, pop you in, hit exec, and then put ourselves in nav mode. Ah, now we can, once we're on nav, we can do a VNav climb. I see, okay. So nav is required for VNav, which makes sense.
You're at 2031, descend via the French 3 arrival, Denver altimeter 3017.
Alright. Thank you very much, Benny. This is the second flight of the night. We took off out of Colorado Springs, flying over to Grand Junction. There are 3 new fields in PilotEdge that are staffed tonight. Or towered. That's the word I'm looking for. And the Colorado Springs and Grand Junction are 2 of them. It's not finding quantum square root. No, it's not. I Crash a lot. Good to see you. What do you say to a wife that doesn't get the value of all of this? I mean, the value of all of what? Like the flight simming stuff?
554 or something.
I've been lucky enough that I haven't had to make that argument to my wife because, and I mean this the best way possible, but for me, the flight simulation hobby pays for itself and then some. I've been fortunate enough through Twitch to be able to make a little bit of cash off of this whole thing. And not only does the flight simulation hobby pay for itself, but it's also paid for a good chunk of my flight training. So, like for me, it's an easy sell. But it's also like I was also able to sell it to my wife, you know, after the fact. Has been like, look, like for the PPL stuff, like I saved myself about 20 hours of my PPL training by doing all this flight simulation stuff leading up to it. Now, is it worth it? 132.22 American 717. Let's get our altimeter set. Denver Center, American 717, flight level 196, climbing flight level 260.
American 717, Denver Center, maintain flight level 360.
I maintain flight level 360, American 717. Not entirely sure we're going to make it that high, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I mean, like, it definitely saved me time. It's made me a better pilot overall just by doing the simulation stuff. But, like, I'm going to have a hobby. I'm going to do a thing. And my wife and I, we don't really share hobbies. And we don't have any kids. So the two of us need to kind of have our own thing to just go do. And to not be stuck with one another all the time. So this was as good a hobby as any, to be honest. Like, I play a lot of video games. So this one's not any weirder than any other hobby I've done. And it's turned into something kind of cool over time. Basic graphic calculator handy? Absolutely. Know your E6B? Yeah. I mean, I have an E6B. Like, I think Alan has done a lot of, like, VFR planning stuff, where he's gone over the math and all the stuff you need to know for all that. Matt, 1997, we'll see you. Colorado Springs, did you run into Lieutenant Joe Kenda? I don't know what that means, Mr. Benny H. I apologize. Have I been anywhere with my PPL? Yeah, so I got my PPL on Saturday morning. I flew back to the airport, and then my wife and I left Saturday afternoon. We flew down to New York City for the night. We went down to Colorado Springs, or not? Sorry, we went down to White Plains, and hung out there for the evening, and had a lovely.
2031 Denver approach, altimeter 3017. Expect visual approach. Runway 35 left.
That's a volume knob. What? Yeah, so we had a real nice evening down in White Plains and in New York City, and it was quite fabulous. So we were down there briefly. We came back then on Sunday. We did do an overnight, which was good. But yeah, been able to go somewhere. Of course, it's worth it. Seems like 100 years ago I did my PPL. When did you PPL, Goldsy? PilotEdge saved me a truckload of time with controlled airspace. Absolutely, dude. Like, just the understanding and being able to think like a pilot has just been huge. Thanks to the network here.
Cessna 332 cross the Dane at or above 1.
You shouldn't have to sell what you love to your SO. I like that. I like that philosophy. And I truly do feel that way too. You know, my wife is very understanding of all of my crazy hobbies, including this one. So.
Flexjet 411 connect Albuquerque Center 127.85.
Oscillating again.
2785 Flexjet 411.
It's going to settle itself down here in a second. I mean, yeah, we both have our hobbies. We both have our things that we do, and that's kind of that. And honestly, in terms of like money, our hobbies both cost pretty much the same amount of money too. So, like in the end, it all kind of works out. Joe Nurses, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Joe Nurses, thank you very much for your support. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you to Mrs. Catstrator. Yeah, she pops in here from time to time. She's out with the girls tonight, though, so I don't think we'll be seeing her at all this evening. AJ Bugman, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Navarine, welcome aboard. Did you miss anything important? Flight's 1,
American
the
554,
beginning of flight
connect
2.
Salt Lake
Now we're
Center
on flight number 2,
133.6.
heading down to Grand Junction. My PPL check ride in 99, my commercial in 2001. Oh, no kidding. I didn't know you had a CPL, Goldsy. And now you're controlling fake airplanes on PilotEdge. It all works out, right? Lieutenant Joe Kenda. All right, I'll check this out.
American
Homicide
554,
Hunter.
Salt Lake Center, Roger.
Interesting. I'll have to go look this guy up. I have no idea. I've never heard of this before. I don't watch a lot of TV, so that stuff's all kind of beyond me. You gotta love when you see the wing view and the engine ain't even moving. Well, it's moving. It's moving back there. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this front stage moves. Like, I don't know if this is like a protection or what. I don't know. Who knows? It probably is supposed to move and it doesn't. It's not meant to be a study sim. It's not meant to be exact. It does good enough. He has some hilarious lines. I'll check them out. Yeah. CPL, multi-instrument, 350, 190 type rates. Oh, no kidding, dude. I did not know that, Sean.
American 717,
That's cool.
Connect Denver Center 133.905.
3395, American 717. 33. 95. Denver Center, American 717, flight level 276, climbing flight level 360.
American 717, Denver Center, Roger.
I don't think we're going to make it to 36,000 feet, but we will see what happens. Oh, there's the edge of photo reel on the eastern side here of the coverage. So this is all photo. That's all stock. Oops. Got a float rating. I want to do my float rating. Yeah, I know there's nothing I can really do with my float rating, but I still want to go out there and do it. Alpha Quebec Romeo, good to see, man. Have you tried the Call of Duty World War II beta? I have not. I have not been home for a week. I'll probably look into it next week when I get back. It'll be done, I'm sure, but I'll go watch some video and whatever else I can. Nick Ray, good to see you. CQR Smokey, welcome aboard. Watching your videos all the time on YouTube. The first time I've live streamed I've caught all the way from rainy UK. Well, CQR Smokey, welcome aboard, man. Happy Friday. Or happy Saturday for you, sir. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I apologize. My ability to speak and put together coherent sentences is off tonight because my brain is absolutely fried. I'm so dead right now. But it's all right. Is the Quality Wing 787 ever coming out? One of these days. I think we'll see it eventually. It just could be a while.
Unit at 2031, connect Denver approach 123.85.
Plane out there. He's down below us though. Right in this area somewhere.
Retard, retard, retard.
Oh, sorry. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Goldsy77. Sean, thank you very much for your support, man. Welcome to the Beard Month Club. Cheers. I appreciate it, buddy. Sean, I think you subbed once before, if I recall. And if you haven't, either way, I don't really care. I care. I mean, if you subbed and then you unsubbed, I'm not concerned about it, but thank you very much again for supporting me. That's what I meant to say. New credit card. Ah, that's what it was. Dude, you should email Twitch. If you email Twitch, they might be able to fix that for you.
Unit at 2031, Denver
If you
approach
care.
8,000.
Like, a lot of guys don't even care about that.
American 554.
Any plans for New England foliage flights? Asked Taylor at 114. Taylor, good to see you. I was hoping to go tomorrow, but the weather's looking pretty poopy up here tomorrow. The TAF and everything else is saying we're going to be marginal or IFR all day. So I was hoping to get out tomorrow afternoon, but I don't think it's going to happen. We'll probably go here in a week when I get back from, once I get back from San Francisco. So 7 to 11 marginal, 11 to 7 IFR for Lawrence. Manchester says 5 to 8. Like, so Manchester's marginal all day tomorrow. Yeah, I think the weather's just going to be too crappy for us to try to go up tomorrow. So we'll do some foliage flights here in a couple of weeks. The nice thing is where we're at, we still got a few weeks. We can go north or south and still catch the pretty stuff. But I definitely do want to do a foliage flight. Like that's a reason in and of itself to have the ticket. Well, flight enthusiasts, we should come up with a way to stop birds getting sucked into engines. Fair enough. It's random. Jake Cutter, here for the first time. First time catching the stream. Caught dozens of YouTubes. Taught me more about the GNS 430 than anyone on the great and vast internet. Well, Jake Cutter, I'm so happy that I could help you. Cheers, my friend, and thank you very much for dropping by. And happy Friday or Saturday, depending on where it happens to be in your neck of the woods. I hope you're doing well. How am I liking the new X Enviro? It seems to be exactly the same, only now it's not broken. The winds aren't broken. So I don't really have anything to say about X Enviro one way or the other right now. I purchased it. I like X Enviro. I like the way the clouds look. I generally like their handling of winds aloft and things like that, so I'm okay with it.
717, connect Denver Center 132.85.
3285, American 717. All right, 32. $85.
You're at a 2031, turn left heading 070.
Denver Center, American 717, flight level 329er, climbing flight level 360.
American 717, Denver Center, roger.
Alright. Speaking of SFO, isn't that going to be a long, expensive Uber ride? I mean, we're not Ubering it to SFO. I'm not sure if you guys got that idea. No, we're flying JetBlue over there. We're Ubering it down to the airport on Sunday, early Sunday morning, and then take a JetBlue across the country. Leaves are just starting to get color now up here. Okay, that's good to hear, Dan. So northern Vermont, things are starting to look pretty, pretty. Can I say that? Pretty? Coming down on me? Pretty? Yeah, the clouds definitely look better than stock. You still don't have the verticality of the clouds, which is kind of a bummer. You don't still have a lot of the random bits of turbulence that you would get if you were flying for real. But they do definitely look better than the stock clouds. I don't know that I would be able to say that it's all worth $70 right now. I used to say, yeah, it was, because the clouds were better, the performance was better, but in X-Plane 11, I don't think that's true anymore. I think the X-Plane 11 clouds look pretty good, and I think the X-Plane 11 weather engine's pretty good. I think the performance is also pretty good. So I don't know that I would actually recommend spending the $70 on this thing at this point until they come up with some more goodies. Uberjet. I like it. Would I ever consider getting my commercial pilot's license? Probably not. I really don't have any interest in flying commercially. Strangely warm in Halifax. Everything's still green. Goldsy, do you still fly, man? We should if you fly, we should try to meet up sometime in Maine or Vermont or New Hampshire or whatever. Find some halfway point. JetBlue's going to announce if they're going to do transatlantic flights. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't heard about JetBlue wanting to do transatlantic stuff. I know they want to go to the Azores, but they've kind of been blocked on that one. But I didn't know they actually wanted to go to mainland Europe. Southwest may start flights to Hawaii. That's a long time to spend on a 737, man. Holy crap. But if they're retiring their 733s, then maybe it'll be worth it. I can't imagine doing San Francisco to like Honolulu or something, flying at a 737-300. Whoa, that would be tough. Damn. Dying here. Haven't flown in a couple years. Hated the regional airline lifestyle. Living at a hotel gets old real fast. Haven't touched a real controls for 2 years now. Oh, dude, that sucks. Yeah, I can see where the actual like commercial portion of it might be a little tough there on somebody. Triptych, good to see you, dude. I'm doing fantastic. I really am. I'm a little loopy today. Maybe I'm not forming coherent sentences, or I'm not saying things that make any sense, but I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for stopping by, and happy Friday. Average Trucker, happy Friday to you as well. Plane is broken. Engine fans aren't turning. Nah, they're turning. They're working. You see them? There they go. They're back there. They turn. I don't know about these guys. We actually will make it to 36,000 feet. That's kind of incredible. If I get back into it, it would be a hobby now with anything else. Consider getting back into instructing part-time. That'd be fun. I could see myself becoming a flight instructor. I think I would be very good at that. I don't know that it's worth the effort to go through to get a CFI rating, knowing that it's only ever something I would do part-time. But I could see myself doing that. But I'm quite content just doing recreational flying for the time being too, using it as a way for my wife and I to get around. Speaking of Europe, anything on Flight Angels this year? I don't think Flight Angels is going to happen again. Based on some of the stuff that I've heard, maybe that whole thing was not as deserving of our time as it should have been. But all I know is hearsay. I participated, I raised money, and that's where I'm cutting my ties. But I don't think we'll see another Flight Angels. Nick Ray, I don't really do political talk in the chat. I'm not a big fan of the man on top. I'll probably just leave it at that. Plane is very beautiful. Does American go from Los Angeles to Hawaii using a 737-900? Probably. That's still a long time to spend a 737, I think. Instrument rating. Oh, excuse me. Effort and money ration to being a CFI, not really worth it. Instrument rating is worth every penny. Yeah, the instrument rating is top of my list. It's going to be a while before I get my instrument rating, but it's something I'm intending to do quite quickly. Or eventually, I should say. The current plane that I'm flying around in, I really can't do my... I could get my instrument rating in it, but it's slant uniform, so it's VORs with no DMEs. And I'm just not sure that I really want to get my instrument rating in that kind of plane. Just because, like, GPS approaches and GPS procedures are kind of becoming the way of the future. And VOR stuff is most decidedly not. Betty H, I'll check this out later, man. I'll go find some storms eventually. More than just the crap that we're flying through right now. Anyway. 382 over the ground. Holy crap, dude. 57 knots off the nose. That's a hell of a headwind.
You're at a 2031. Are you going to Bravo November or Bravo Sierra?
We are not going as fast as I would like to. Put it that way. Put up the cross-country time now, knock out a bunch of the sign-off requirements. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan.
Get out of 2031.
I just spent a whole bunch of time training and spending money, so I actually just want to enjoy this thing for a while. The instrument rating will come eventually. Truthfully, there's not going to be that many days that an instrument rating will buy me for the kind of flying that I want to do anyway. Because I mostly want to do sightseeing stuff, and it's no fun sightseeing if you're going to be above the clouds. Flew into a storm coming out of Colorado Springs. Nice. Are you following me, Betty? No. How much did I spend getting my PPL? I haven't done the final numbers yet. I'll figure out the final numbers and all that tomorrow. But where I was at, let's see. where I was at prior to Saturday.
November 600 Mike Alpha, Tucson.
So prior to Saturday, my total was 10,826. And I think that's going to be fairly accurate. I think about $11,000 is right around where I was at. So that includes the cost of the check ride, the written, and all that. That's all the stuff I bought, which some of it was extraneous. All the flying. So the total flying cost is about $7,600 or $7,700, which was flying and instructor. So yeah, I mean that's what we were looking at. I haven't actually filled out my logbook for last week, because I went straight down to White Plains, and then I got home and I just left. So, but about $11,000 is what I spent. Pretty close to it. Would I fly a transatlantic flight on a Norwegian 737? I don't know. I might consider it, but I've done transatlantic on a 747, and that's kind of the way to go. Yeah, what an instrument reading allows you to do, though, leave your foggy airport 30 miles west, do some VFR sightseeing, grounded a lot less. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Goldsy. Durka, thank you for the host, my friend. He just cut out for the night. Appreciate it, buddy. I gotta get a hosting order set up for people that give big hosts. Have fun waiting 2 months for the F8 to mail you your relicense. Doesn't matter. I can still fly. I have a paper license that's just as good as my plastic one. Stealth Talon 4 here for 6 months. Congrats on the success taking your virtual hobby to a reality. Stealth Talon 4, thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I mean, it's the paper is good enough for now. Paper's good enough until, you know, it lasts for 120 days. So I get the plastic when I get the plastic. Not really concerned about it. $11,000 in 5 months, I can get my PPL for sure.
717 to 7 pals discretion, maintain flight level 270.
Level 270, my discretion, American 717. Just gonna head down
November
right now.
0 Mike Alpha, current available, advise ready to copy. November 0 Mike Alpha, clear to the Phoenix Airport via Red Vector.
Start down now.
Victor 16.
So the question was, for $11,000 in 5 months, I can get my PPL for sure. I mean, no. If you're capable of finishing your, there's a lot of variables. There's a lot more variables there than just that. Like, I finished my PPL in about 45 hours. So if you can get your PPL done in 40 to 50 hours, then you can think about getting it done for $11,000. But it depends on where you're at in the country. It depends on your aptitude. It depends on how many hours you get it done in. It depends on your instructor. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into play there. Most people take closer to 60 hours. And if that's the case, then you're looking at adding a few more $1,000s to that price. At least. Trying to explain to somebody that autonomous planes won't be a thing in our lifetime. I wouldn't count on that. I would not count on that in the least, Mr. Captain P3D. Does IFR give you a better understanding of your instruments? I mean, I understand what all my instruments do. What IFR gets you is it gets you the ability to be able to fly through clouds, so be able to, you know, have that situational awareness. But also it proves that you're able to, you know, fly procedures properly and also plan a flight in a way that you can safely, you know, take off, land, and potentially go to an alternate if you have to. Like, that's what the IFR does for you.
411 affirmative. You can expect a descent in about 5 to 10
I have a question for you offline. How can I contact you? You can send me an email to host@catstrator.live. The URL, or the link to my email, I should say, is down below. I think it's in the About Me section here on Twitch. You're more than welcome to reach out to me. I'm usually a little slow on getting back to people, especially because I've been so busy lately. But if it's a quick question, I can usually get back to you pretty quickly, and I'm more than happy to help. Depends on weather too. Doing a PPL in the winter may take a bit longer. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I got pretty lucky as a whole with weather. Like, I had some real crappy windy days initially, and that delayed my
717, contact Denver Center 134.5.
134.5, American 717. So the crappy weather I had early on kind of hindered my ability to solo, but got me very, very good at landing with a crosswind and bumpy conditions and sort of things like that. Denver Center, American 717, flight level 330, descending flight level 270.
American 554, Albuquerque Center, roger.
Would you ever get in a plane without a pilot? I wouldn't. Absolutely not. I mean, if I get into a plane, technically I'm a pilot, but...
Denver Center, descend and maintain 15,000, Grand Junction, altimeter 3009er.
15,009, American 717. All right, 15,000. Altimeter 09er. Where's the flight today? Max Seldom, good to see you, man. We're flying from Colorado Springs out to Grand Junction, Colorado this afternoon, or this evening. This is number 2. My past 2 to 3 lessons have been gusting crosswinds. I know, man. Like, it's crazy. It drove me nuts at first, but then I realized that once I got it, man, I freaking got it. And a gusty crosswind just does not bother me now. A crosswind does not bother me. Like, I feel very, I mean, obviously it would to an extent. Like, if it was really bad. But I feel very, very comfortable with gusty winds and crosswinds and thermals and things like that you're going to encounter on final, because I kind of dealt with all of that very early on in my training.
FlexJet 411, turn 10
DV Lurie, good evening, late and joining. Hello, how are you doing? Happy Friday. T-Craft, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. I would never get in a plane without a pilot, but I would get married without a spouse. Okay. Squirrel, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, Paul. We can program systems to do most parts of a flight where humans are required as with expected problems, needing inventive solutions. Cannot be coded. I agree. Yes, the nuts and bolts of a flight can be done automatically. They always are. That's what the autopilot is for. But when problems happen, you want somebody in the cockpit who can think and figure things out, or in a cockpit somewhere, whether it's in the cockpit that you're in, or whether it's in the remote cockpit that that the UAV is being manned from. Like you want a human that's there that can think about a problem. But yeah, automated flights are they're gonna be a thing. Maybe not for passenger flights, but definitely you're gonna see a lot more automated planes up there that are just kind of cruising around. Hope you're doing well, Paul. It's good to see you, man. Squirrel is also working on his PPL over in the UK. They tell me in the UK there's like 9 tests that you have to take, like 9 written exams that you have to take to get your PPL, which makes it seem kind of ridiculous that the US is like, all right, here's a written exam, here's a 2 to 4 hour oral examination, and then here's this hour and a half long practical where we're gonna fly around, and that's it. Congratulations, you got your PPL. Like, it seems like our process is a little simplified, for better or worse. Why do you fly only on PilotEdge? Because I like PilotEdge. I think that PilotEdge is a great service, and I think it makes the flights more interesting. So yeah, I like PilotEdge. It's good. It's good stuff. Cannot be coded yet, but driving in Pittsburgh, CMU is working on unpiloted aircraft like self-driving cars. Has the MD-80 had a recent update that I am unaware? I mean, the latest update was a couple months ago, I think. Like, there's been nothing. There's been nothing like super recently. Sorcerer Dave, thank you for the host, man. There's been nothing super recent, but yeah, it has had some updates in X-Plane 11. Squirrel asks, what weather and clouds are you using these days? I'm using X-Enviro right now. I had been using stock up until about a week. I think up until last week, and I'm now back on X-Enviro because they came out with version 1.07, which is supposed to have fixed a lot of the problems that I was experiencing previously. Things like the winds not updating properly and whatnot as you're coming in. So you're looking at X-Enviro right now, which looks pretty good. Like the weather rendition in X Enviro is definitely top notch. Again, I'm not sure it's worth the $70, but that's a decision for somebody that's not me to make. I love PE. Great training, keeping your current tool. Yes, absolutely. Like even though I fly VFR in the real world, like it's still good to kind of engage your brain and you know, instrument scans and think about headings, and you think about comm traffic, and you think about distractions and navigation and all that kind of stuff. So like PE is fantastic for doing all of that. X Enviro is giving me trouble in X-Plane 11. I need to get the update. Are the winds corrected? I believe the winds are corrected. Yes, I haven't had crazy. I've not had crazy crosswinds or headwinds thus far in this version. So I would give it a shot. Give the 1.07 a shot, because it seems to have fixed some stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, so the weather looks scrappy tomorrow. I don't think we're flying tomorrow, which is too bad. I was hoping to get some in, but yeah, bright and early to San Francisco on Sunday. We have to get up at like 5:30 in the morning. I think our flight's at like 7.
Changed it very recently, and I guess that did not make it through to PilotEdge. I'll check for you though. Thanks.
It's gonna be a long day on Sunday, that's for sure. Like a 5-hour flight to San Francisco, and then we're setting up our booth for Oracle World, and then I don't even know what else comes after that.
American 717 connect, Denver approach 110.7.
I've been using SkyMax, and X-Plane 11 seems okay. Yeah, I haven't used SkyMax for a while. I should update and fire that up at some point. Delta Talon 4, good to see you, man.
American 717 connect, Denver approach 110.7.
19.7 American 717. 19. I think I missed the first call that he made. 0.7. Let's grab the weather here. Grand Junction. It's an air show this weekend here, it looks like. Winds are calm, 10 mile visibility, clear skies, 18 Celsius, altimeter 3009er. Approach American 717, flight level 203, descending 15,000.
American 717, Denver approach, roger, altimeter 3009er, and do you have an approach request?
09er and no request, American 717. Whatever you want to give me, my friend.
American 717, expect ILS, runway 11 approach.
We'll expect the ILS 11 approach, American 717. Alright, let's plug this in real quick. Departing and arriving. KGJT arriving, ILS 11. We'll just say vectors. Get that plate up here. KGJT.
November 600 Mike Alpha to Centaur, turn right heading 320, runway 29 right clear for takeoff.
Okay, let's talk about the ILS 11 approach coming into, holy crap, coming into here. Well, hopefully we get vectors, because I'm not sure that I have a, I'm not sure that I have a DME arc in me. But we'll tune into the localizer 110.3, an approach course of 112.
060, maintain 6,000 toes touch localizer. Clear the ILS 24 approach.
Landing distance is 10,000 feet. Really? Is it really a 10,000 foot runway? Are you kidding me? Huh? Yeah, it is. How about that? Got 10,500 feet to work with here. And the touchdown elevation is 4,833 feet. All the way down to the bottom here. We're going to do the ILS, blah, 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 blah. So the minimums are 200 feet. Half mile visibility. 270, 10,000, American 717. Okay, 270, 10,000. We'll go vertical speed mode now.
Southwest 1984, descent on
so,
flight level 290.
Yeah, piece of cake. Nothing to it. It's super, super, super quiet. Oh, you know what? I know why he's quiet. Because I have the second frequency tuned in here that I can't get that to untune. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about that now. So we're tuning into 10.3 or 110.3. And 112 on the course.
FlexJet 411 connect tower.
I think I should have asked for the DME arc just for giggles. Oh man, my contact's getting all scratchy. It's getting late. I'm tired. You guys don't care about that though.
FlexJet 411.
We're gonna put this in the ground. It's gonna be a good flight. Long flight, do a barrel roll, says Paco Bart. No, not gonna happen. What's the ETA? Like, not very long. Like, less than 10 minutes. We're getting vectored for the arrival right now. Actually, the field is. That's the field right there. So it's clear conditions. Interesting is he put me on the ILS for this. Whatever though, he the boss.
Southwest 1984, Albuquerque Center, descend and maintain 17,000, Tucson altimeter 2988.
Get our speed back here. Well, it's coming back. We'll do in at ref. And our approach speed is going to be, let's see, VREF 40/125. So our approach speed is going to be 130.
Alright, Tucson departure, red contact.
130 knots with the approach. Down we go. As my instructor used to say, our ETA is somewhere between now and when we get there. I like that. Don't put it in the ground. Yeah, we did that last time. I did that last time I flew the MD-80, so I'd like to not do that again. MD-80 FMC always gives approach speeds that are a bit slow. That it does.
Cessna 172 Papa Alpha is taxiing from the transfer ramp via taxiway Echo to runway 26.
All right.
172 Papa Alpha is a white Cessna 172. I'll get traffic.
That was an unusual radio call. I don't think that was intended to go on frequency here. I hope I'm not getting sick. That's going to be a long week next week if I am.
Phoenix approach 128.65.
Alright, start bringing this speed back. Get it back to about 210 here. Start getting our flaps out too.
American 554, Phoenix approach runway 26.
Cessna 172 Papa Alpha.
Oops. I don't know why I'm hearing somebody on Unicom. That shouldn't be the case. Alright, there's 10,000. 10,000 is what we're clear down to.
American 717, turn right in 290, base turning 6 miles.
290-717. Yep, that puts us on the downwind. Good. Keep it at 230 for this. Yeah, 230 we can bring our flaps to... Bring ourselves to 15, so we'll go with 11 for now. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. I get a screenshot, don't I? That's a pretty good screenshot, right? I'll wait till we crank it around. Get it all configured and get a screenshot. Thank you, guys. You're too kind. I was flying this week, and the real ATC controller was on hot mic and yelled who farted. I like it. Jay Wang has told me how to say bless you in Russian. I'm not even going to try to say that. What kind of an FPS hit do you take when you're using X Enviro? I don't have any hit. X Enviro should keep you about the same frames as the default clouds in X-Plane 11. At least that's been my experience so far.
Centennial clearance, Baron 221 X-Ray Golf, IFR clearance to Colorado Springs.
November 221 X-Ray Golf, Centennial clearance on request, standby.
Okay, towers 18-1.
American 717, turn left, setting 210 to maintain 9000.
210 9000, American 717. 210 and 9000. Make sure you push the button in and actually select 9000 in this plane. Otherwise, it'll just sail right on by. Not a worry in the world.
Cessna 332, ground point 7.
That's pretty. That's real pretty.
American 717, 4 miles from Loma, turn left, heading 140, maintain 9000, toast out, localizer, cleared ILS running 11 approach.
140 9000 until established, cleared ILS 11 approach, American 717. Okay, 9000 selected. Nose to come up here. There it goes. We're gonna look for the VOR localizer, the localizer to come in here, which is already coming in. So we'll go VOR loc mode. And then we get the glide slope coming in now too, so we'll put it into approach.
November
ILS.
47332, spring ground. Join Golf to the ramp, cross runway 17, right at Golf.
Go 180. And at Ginny, we'll go ahead and pull our gear out and all that. Actually, we'll do a little sooner. That we'll do it at 10 miles out. We're only 14 DME right now, so there's no reason to pull this stuff out yet. I do have the runway though, the runway in the field and all that stuff. But it's fine. We'll fly the ILS because it's more fun that way, right? So use Bing for ortho, yes.
7167 ident.
What's been the hardest part of my training? The waiting, man. Silent Dark, good to see you, dude. Honestly, the waiting was the hardest part. It was the anticipation of the written, the anticipation of the practical, like all of that was what kind of got to me in the end, the most. But I didn't find the material itself to be particularly difficult, but I was pretty confident with the material. I also don't generally struggle with tests and things like that. So
American 717, connect Grand Junction Tower 118.1.
18-1, 717. We'll see it. It is 18-1, isn't it? Grand Junction Tower, American 717, ILS 11, 10.5 out.
American 717, Grand Junction Tower, wind calm, runway 11, clear to land.
Clear to land, 11, American 717.
Congrats on the PPO.
Thank you. Alright, there's within 10 miles. Let's get the gear down. Set our auto brakes. Should we do auto brakes low on this one? Lots and lots and lots of room to work with here. Okay, gears down 3 green. Bring our speed back to 130 knots. Flaps full. Actually, I'm going to bring the speed up a little bit. Let's say about 140. Actually, 135 I think makes me feel better. Okay. Speed brake. All right, gears down 3 green. Flaps are set and indicated. Speed brake's armed. Auto brake is armed.
November 221.
My airplane.
November 221 X-ray Golf. Currents available. Advise ready to copy.
Go. Autopilot off.
Ready to copy. 221 X-ray Golf.
Auto throttle off.
November 221 X-ray Golf. Clear to the Colorado Springs Airport via Denver 9er departure. Your radar vector is Denver VOR. Victor 389 at Dane direct. Maintain 8000. Departure frequency 126.1. Squawk 3151.
Denver 9 departure, radar vectors to Denver VOR, Victor 389.
Follow that flight director in.
Direct. Climb maintain 8000, 126.1, 3151 for Baron 221 X-ray Golf.
Baron 1 X-ray Golf, read that correct. And just a correction, it's going to be vectors to the Falcon VOR and then Victor 389. The rest was as previously cleared.
Okay, radar vectors to Falcon VOR, 221 X-ray Golf.
1 X-ray Golf, read that correct, thanks.
Piece of cake. This time we're actually stabilized. A little high, but that's alright.
Southwest 1984, connect Tucson approach 125.
Not super concerned about that. Got a lot of runway to work with here. Even this MD-80 can get slowed down.
Southwest 1984, Tucson approach, expect visual approach runway 29 right.
Continue landing. Kissed it. I'll take that.
American 717, turn at an Alpha 5, taxi around via Alpha, remain this frequency.
Alpha 5, Alpha, your frequency, 717. Have a great night. That's Truman right there. Perfect. Look at that. All right. We made it.
American 554, descend to maintain 4,000, correction 5,000.
I actually landed this plane pretty well for once. I'll take it. I mean, granted, I floated halfway down the runway, but that's okay.
1984, negative.
We had a lot of runway to work with.
November 0, Mike.
Was not super concerned.
125.4.
Let's come in this spot here. Go ahead and turn him off. Oh, we'll do the replay. You bet we're going to replay that one. We'll go ahead and leave the engines on too once we park.
Disconnected.
Ah, almost got it. Stop. There we go. All right. Let's see how that one looked. We're off the pilot edges. Good. Let's go replay mode. I want to get a shot here configured. pause it right there. Is that the screenshot I want? I think it is. Let's grab it on this side, maybe. Oh, let's do like that. I like that one. Kissed it right there. I like that. Let's do that screen. Now, how do I get the window back? I moved that. I moved the screenshot window, the replay window. I don't know how to get it back. Key shortcuts? No. Yeah, we did this last week and I screwed it up. So let's do this. Fixed it. All right. Nope. Go back. Well, that's in the way. Oh, that looks pretty good. Look at that. Kissed it, man. That almost looks like a real MD-80 landing right there, right? Almost looks like a real MD-80 landing. Get the big flare, about 1.5 feet off the ground. Yeah, I'll take that. Do a few more. Two-Tone Murphy, man, take it easy. Yeah, we'll be on YouTube here in a couple days. Still in the touchdown zone. Doesn't matter. We did it. Yeah. Alright. Alright, guys. That's gonna do it for tonight. Perfect. All right, that was fun. Well, so it's going to be a couple of weeks before I get back. I will be out next week. I'll probably run a vodcast or something. So yeah, we'll be back for sure in 2 weeks. I'll try to stream the week after I get back if I can. But if not, then I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Who is live right now? Who for thou streaming live-ish? I'm gonna go watch a Moon probably, but he's not a flight simmer. So let's see, what do we got for flight sims? Chili's streaming. I don't know who that is. There's other people streaming. Go check out some flight sim streamers. Go say hi to somebody. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Have a safe and wonderful weekend, and we'll hopefully see you here. I can't talk. I have lost sentence forming ability. It's not going to happen. That's it. We're done. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you soon. Toodles.